Hey.
Oh, we are?
I missed the tink.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry. If
Yeah,
you want to do
it's-
things good, then there's
I
no
do.
Yeah,
need.
we just can't do Google Plus.
I do. I want to do things good. I want to do
Even
good
though
things.
YouTube wants us so desperately to be on Google Plus.
I think technically we are, but just backwards. Like I think our YouTube stream goes out to Google Plus.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'll take it that way.
Okay, I heard that.
As long as it doesn't email us anymore. And I heard that. I don't think I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I heard that joke.
By the way, YouTube has now created 3 different ways that I will get a message about someone leaving a comment on a video.
Oh, good.
It could come from either YouTube, Google Plus, or some sort of YouTube parentheses Google Plus comment.
YouTube Plus.
Yeah.
So when that guy calls you illiterate because you can't read the least literate thing I've ever seen on YouTube,
Yeah.
it notifies you of that?
Well, I can't figure out what to filter to go into my YouTube folder so that I don't have to see like all the comments come into my regular email folder.
Yeah.
Every day it's a new adventure trying to figure out.
Turn your comment notifications off.
No, I gotta know. I gotta know what the people say.
Ooh, look at that Pizza Hut box on the bottom. Yeah.
All the people say is,
Brought to you by.
jerk,
Why is the Pizza Hut box in here? Why are we
jerk,
getting...
somebody.
Because that has Cinesticks in
Wanted
it.
to enjoy some
Oh.
Cinesticks while we podcasted.
My mistake.
Oh, how sinister.
My mistake.
Cinesticks.
I was not aware that Cinesticks would be provided during the podcast. Oh, God. Your face is now Santa
Whoa,
Buddies.
that's
What?
the placement
Sorry.
was.
When I added it, it was like,
Yeah.
it will be huge and over here.
Cinnamon buddies.
Cinnabuddies.
Oh, no, don't give him the stick.
Do not give him the stick.
Look at that. Hey, that poster sitting there floating there.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that.
Why are you eyeing?
Look at that poster.
It's good.
Buddies.
It's good. You did a good job.
You did good
I have to look at it now.
postering.
I'm ready to
Poster
retweet
size.
a tweet if someone has tweeted.
I am posting to the Book of Faces right now.
I'm
Okay.
working
I'm not doing any of those.
All right.
I'm
ginning
doing
up a
other-
tweet
I'm doing other
at,
things.
at this very moment.
Your tweet, Jenny?
When the buddies begin to fall down the chimney
No.
and then die.
I wanted to fall down the chimney.
What was it that...
When George Wynn's career begins to fall.
So appropriate. What is it that his occupation was when he was on Cheers?
Santa.
What did
On
George
Cheers,
Wynn do?
yeah.
I don't think they ever said.
It was understood he was some kind of a business person.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
what
think we
exactly.
ever saw him at work. I think that was just one of those things. Like, we never saw his wife either.
Yeah, he always talked about Vera, but you never saw her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have ruined the magic.
Right.
Apparently, he was an accountant.
Now we know.
Norm.
Norm Peterson, Wikipedia. Please give us money. We want to tell you about everything about Norm. Norm
Oh,
Peterson.
Oh, Jimmy
You
Dub.
know, Norm's first
Norm.
name was actually Hillary. He's my buddy guy.
What?
I don't know.
Dogmas or...
Dogmas.
Pupmas. We're doing puppies. They're puppies.
Buddy Miss.
Budmas.
Chris Muppy?
Chris Pup.
Chris Muppy.
Oh man, I love that Crystal.
Yeah.
Mm.
Get you a sack full of Chris Pups.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Christ Pups because that would be,
Yeah.
I'm going to spell it Dogmas.
dog.
Yeah.
Okay. So for all of our southern listeners, those coming to town for the Gator Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Dog. I will retweet this so hard.
Oh, you are so ready. You're itching.
I'm just right here.
You're
I'm
itching
just
for a
refreshing my
scratch, Chuck.
timeline. Yeah. This dog's got fleas, y'all. That dog don't hunt.
Prior to the show, Norm was born in Chicago and moved to Boston to become an accountant. Although he was a childhood friend of Cliff Clavin and is a lifelong Boston Celtics fan who went to Boston Garden as a child, Norm previously served in the United States Coast Guard. He loses his job in accounting for by defending Diane from his boss.
I remember.
And after struggling for a few years as an independent accountant, he eventually becomes a house painter.
House painter.
Norm was also revealed
Really?
to be an accomplished interior decorator and beer taster,
Well, yes.
capable of spotting a bad vat in a factory by drinking a single bottle.
Well, duh.
Duh.
Ugh.
Duh, guys.
Immediate retweet from Ryan.
So there you go.
Good job, Ryan.
That's everything you ever wanted to know about Norm Peterson. Hillary Norm Peterson.
So what's the intro?
Oh, yeah, do we have a doc, or are you just typing that? Oh, yeah, we don't
These
have a doc.
dogs will hunt presents.
Didn't we already do a These Dogs Will Hunt?
Yeah.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
That's all we do is repeat intros now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just the
Nothing
first joke
original.
that comes to
Yeah.
mind, we just go with it.
In space, no one can hear you suck.
Yeah.
You know?
That was a good one.
That we did how
It
many
was
times?
good like the third or fourth time, too.
What's the actual tagline for Santa Buddies?
Oh.
In space, no one can hear you scream.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The buddies are coming to town.
Ooh.
The one on Wikipedia says, "Here comes Santa Paws."
Yeah, those both suck.
Well, the
Yeah.
real proper
Here
name of
comes-
this is Santa Buddies: The Legend of Santa Paws.
Oh,
That's the full unabridged title.
I wish the title screen had given that subtitle.
This week on the BMFcast, here comes Santa Paws. Here comes Santa Paws. Right down shitty movie lane.
I say go with
Yeah, that's all right. Fine.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Here comes Santa.
Oh, that's what I was missing. Like the YouTube
Music.
comments. No, that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, do we have commentary?
Uh-huh.
I like how I said that commentary.
I don't know.
Baby.
How do we have commentary?
Come on, Terry.
Were comments fixed
Come
last
on,
time
Terry.
you were here?
I think the comments were fixed
yeah, when
last
you were here?
time.
Yeah,
Okay.
When the comments began to post.
wrong
Yes.
episode.
Yes.
Oh.
All night.
Subtitle.
Ooh.
Hey, that's me.
Ooh, hey, I can hear you.
Hey.
Hey, it's Chuck.
Hey. Hey, me in the past.
Hey, you in the past.
Marty.
Marty.
It's your kids.
It's your dog.
It's your dogs.
Oh, the lower third is
Something's
mostly
got to be done about your dogs.
The lower third is mostly covering up the Pizza Hut Cinestics box,
Aw.
but it's
Celebrate-
well, it's
no,
kind
you
of
gotta go
transparent.
up.
It's slightly
You
transparent.
gotta
So
go way up.
no, now you're just covering up Garfield. That's not cool.
Yeah, why
He
would
loves
you, Why would
Cinestics.
you do that, Garfield?
No, he likes lasagna,
Oh.
sir,
Oh.
and hates Mondays.
This week on the BMFcast.
It's your podcast, Marty. What do we become assholes?
Where we're going, we don't need dogs.
It's your dogs,
Actually,
Marty.
that'd be a pretty good intro.
Where we're going.
No, like I do that. Like, what do we become assholes? No, it's your podcast, Marty.
You guys going to do a little radio play for the intro? Go right ahead.
No.
NPR presents a dramatic retelling of
The intro to
No, it's your
Santa
podcast, and also yeah,
a very
you're
Back to
probably
the Future
assholes.
Christmas.
No, it's your podcast. Marty.
Not Robert Lowe.
I still like the first one.
Orange juice.
Billy.
Here comes Santa Paws.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
I like anything that's done in the voice that shouldn't be done in the voice.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, here comes the music. Maybe too loud because I don't know.
This week on the BMFcast. Here comes Santa Paws. Here comes Santa Paws. Right down shitty movie lane. 1 star. We're in.
Hey, look at the Bamcast.
Hey, it's Bamcast.
Babbity Bamcast.
Bark, 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 bark.
Barkity bark
Bark, bark.
Episode woof.
I'm Woof.
And I'm Bark.
And I'm Arf.
And there's the little Bow Wow. And Snoop Dogg. B-Dog. Mud Butt.
What's his name? Mudbutt?
No, it's Mud Bud.
Mudbud.
We had this discussion last time. It's all Bud
Mud
something.
Mud butt.
Mud Butt.
And then
Mudbutt.
Mud butt.
Buddha. Or is
Buddha.
it Buddha?
Buddha.
Butter.
Butterball.
Butter like your mudder.
Butterball.
What's the girl's name?
Rosebud.
Rosebud.
Spoiler. She's a sled.
Slut. Slut is the word.
Dirty little
Oh.
sled.
Oh, right.
I mean,
Yeah.
Vagina.
I don't think you're supposed to make an ooh noise.
Yeah. No, you're supposed to be enticed.
it's dog vagina.
Oh,
That's
well,
Oh,
okay, then you're
okay.
fine. Yes,
you're fine.
please, by all means, make that sound.
You are in the right.
When
sir.
Harlow
I'm
says
sorry.
dog vagina, you
Yes.
go, "Ugh."
Right.
Dog vagina? Dog vagina. There we go.
Dog vagina.
When I say dog vagina, you say
There it is. All right, we put it all together.
Dog vagina.
Forget about it, Jake. It's dog.
Dog vagina.
Well, episode title.
No, we haven't started. We have no reference.
Okay.
Dog vagina.
it's dog
It would be
Simber.
Dagina.
D apostrophe.
Where the hell are we? We watched some Santa Buddies.
Yeah, a kids movie. We're
Buddy
here
it
talking
up.
about vagina.
Of course.
So
Heavy news. I wonder if they did use all female dogs.
I'm sure they did. So there's no puppy penis.
dog dong.
You want to go dog dong? I said puppy penis. I thought it was.
Dog.
Dog dong. Dog dong.
So it's onomatopoeia now. Dong.
We're just working it out, man.
No, like dog dong, but there's no way to portmanteau that properly.
Nope.
Dogong.
Dogong.
I served there now.
Were you in the ship?
Oh, this should be episode material.
Dog shit.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, I was going to say, why waste all this?
Episode 205.
Waste all this gold.
Well, late title card. Woo.
All right. So let's rate it.
Woof.
Someone else clap. All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast. It's Dogust.
No, it's episode 205, and it's nowhere near Dogust.
Oh,
It is, however, near Christmas.
Dogmas.
Yeah.
Dogmas.
Happy Dogmas.
Yeah. So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
No, I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every wonderful episode of the BMFcast is sometimes we watch completely inappropriate movies. And then we come in here and talk about them for the first half. And the good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies, they get 1 to 5 jocks, as in robot jocks.
Yay!
All right.
And the bad movies and stay away, they get 1 to 5 sacks.
No.
Negative sliding scale. Oh, bad bags.
Bags.
Yeah.
Bags.
And as in douchebags after Twilight.
Boo.
That's bad.
Boo. Terrible.
Ah.
So,
It
Christmas.
could have been Dogica.
Dogaka?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We did a week late.
It's Dogza. After Christmas, that is.
Oh. Dogging Day. It's the day after Christmas. Anyway.
Boxer Day.
Yeah,
Dogstivus.
we're doing a couple of Christmas movies before Christmas happens because
Whoa, that's weird.
we're dumb.
Oh.
Dog
And
Simber.
So we decided to prequel up one of our previous movies
Yeah.
and watch 2009 Santa Buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did in fact watch it.
Yeah.
That is not a lie.
That happened.
Somehow.
Just four dudes hanging out watching Santa Buddies.
Just
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nothing wrong with that.
We had a pizza delivery in the middle of it, and we were terrified the guy was going to realize what we were watching.
Hey,
we
guys.
paused it at the wrong spot to
Yeah.
where like there was just nothing.
You
but
guys
puppies on the
watching-
screen.
Yeah.
Talking buddies.
you guys watching a dog like a buddies movie?
Is that Santa Buddies?
Can I come in?
Man, fuck you. You ain't getting no pizza.
It's no Santa Paws 2, but it's pretty good.
Man,
So-
we should
No,
watch
that guy
Santa
did
Claus
not
2.
offer to come in or anything. He's just
No.
like, where's my
he
money?
got the fuck out.
Yeah. So here's your sinister.
He got his
Yep.
blood
Get
money.
the fuck out of my face.
That's why we paid him. Just to get out.
Yep.
Hey, let's do a plot summary.
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
whatever.
for it, man.
If you wish.
When Puppy Paws, the fun-loving son of Santa Paws, gets bored, he finds Butterball on Santa's naughty list and figures he's just the dog to show him how to be an ordinary pup. There's more, but I don't want to read.
Aw.
All right, fine.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah,
know. Need to
okay.
know all of it.
When the magical Christmas icicle starts to melt, however, and the world begins to forget the true meaning of the season, it's up to Puppy Paws and his newfound buddies to journey back to the North Pole and save Christmas.
Yeah. I'm glad I mentioned the Christmas icicle because that was news to me.
I had
Did you not
no
know about
idea.
the
I
Christmas
did not
icicle?
know that Christmas was powered by a dripping icicle.
Well,
Well,
it's
it
not
normally
supposed to be
doesn't drip
dripping.
if you have the fucking spirit.
Well,
Yeah. Chuck.
Sorry, I don't have
all
the
your
fucking
fault.
spirit.
The icicle was melting.
You need more fucking spirit.
I guess I
Chuck.
do.
Yeah.
Need spirit.
Get some of them spirits.
We've got spirit. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So what happened in this movie?
Buddies.
Dogs ran around the screen for an hour and a half.
Clumsily.
All right,
Sure.
And they kept the takes
let's
in.
start with the Christmas icicle.
Okay.
The poorly CG'd Christmas icicle.
Christmas dong.
That would be like singling out that was the only
I know.
poorly
Yeah,
CG'd
yeah.
thing.
Let's
I
just.
It is
you know,
the first big CG moment.
We talked about Super Buddies.
we did.
Yeah.
How they actually did a good job with a lot of the CG. Some of it was crap, like the freaky, scary, big head humanoid thing.
I thought that was still okay.
Yeah. Like they actually, that one seems to have had about roughly 700 times the budget this one does.
Ish.
Because most of the computer animation in this is like first pass,
Garbage.
bad.
Oh, it gets real bad.
Woof.
Really
Like
bad.
that icicle is good compared to other things that happen. In
It
this
looked like
movie.
the animatics that they were just like, that's good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Just it's fine.
Just edit in the storyboards and let's
Just
go.
a buddies movie. Nobody cares.
Kids don't care.
Kids are terrible anyway.
Yeah. But Santa,
Yes.
played by George Wendt.
Mm-hmm.
So we have another Cheers alumnus.
Yeah.
2 buddies movies, 2 Cheers.
Is there one
alumni.
with Ted Danson in it?
I was wondering that myself.
I don't think so. But this
I'm just
is
thinking of people that have fallen far enough. Like Rhea Perlman's
Well,
got to
no,
be in
he's
one.
on CSI now.
yeah.
Isn't
Ted
he?
Danson is still up there.
He's like
All right,
the
Rhea
main
Perlman
guy of
then.
CSI
Yeah.
now.
Rhea Perlman?
she
Shelley Long? Come on, there's going to be a Shelley Long one.
Yeah, there might be.
I mean, obviously Woody Harrelson's not doing one.
No. Man, who would have thought of all those people?
Yeah.
Woody fucking Harrelson.
Has Kelsey Grammer reached that point yet?
No,
Boss got
no.
canceled.
He's
Oh,
still
dude, he made so much money off of Frasier. Frasier was on for
Yeah.
longer than Cheers, I think.
that dude can write
It
his own
was.
ticket.
So he doesn't need.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the power of the Santa buddies.
No, George Wendt does. He
Yeah.
doesn't act like he does, but I'm sure he needed
Yeah.
that paycheck.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm saying
George Wendt.
Rhea Perlman and Shelley Long are your probably
Your
biggest
go-tos.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm saying go-to people. Kirstie Alley if she needs to eat, which she looks like she usually does.
Yeah, I don't think she would have. She did. Look Who's Talking Now. She did her penance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Her doggins.
Yeah, she's already doing Talking to Animals movie, so she's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's Santa.
Mm-hmm.
He's not particularly enthusiastic about being Santa.
No.
At
No,
all.
especially the first 3/4 of the movie. He's just.
Well, I think he's lit by the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Getting there, he just.
Well, at least in our minds, he was.
I mean, I
possibly
don't want to
reality.
besmirch the good name of George Wendt. I just
Really?
there were moments where he was just sort of slack jawed and just like, yeah. He was supposed to be draining of the Christmas ooze or whatever it is.
Yeah, he was
The secret of the
draining the
Christmas
Christmas
ooze.
booze.
yeah, exactly. So
So yeah, he and apparently now the Santa legend not only includes the real Santa, of course,
yep.
but he also has Santa Paws,
Which is Dog Santa.
which is Dog Santa,
Voiced by Tom Bosley.
yeah, who has a son named Puppy Paws. So they've disambiguated the name so far that now his name is just Puppy Paws, which doesn't mean shit.
Well, once
It
you
really-
once you understand the the legend, he'll
What-
probably
yeah,
become
yeah, but no.
he will become Santa Paws.
He is- yes.
eventually.
He's really Santa Paws Jr.
He's actually
Yeah.
supposed to become Santa, according to Santa in this movie. He's like, you're taking over.
Well, he
No,
does
he's
Santa's
taking over for
job.
Santa Paws.
There was no
Yeah.
apprentice Santa.
No,
Santa kept talking to Puppy
Santa,
Paws like,
Santa lives forever, but dogs
We really need to know
7
the-
years, 8 years.
yeah. There's
max.
a lot of
We need to
unanswered
know
questions.
the lineage of
Yes.
inheritance.
Yes.
that goes
There was
on.
never a Mrs. Claus in this. Like,
I know.
I know, and that was
no,
really that
that's
bothered
because
me.
that's because Santa is an abusive drunk.
oh, okay. I wasn't aware.
She left.
yeah.
She left years ago,
Got
man.
the fuck
Wait,
out.
prequel?
She like found his computer and all that elf porn. That was
Oh,
on porn.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
She got him and Eli in a compromising position.
Caught him in the elf on the shelf.
Oh.
Because yeah, so Danny Woodburn in it, who
Mhm.
you will recognize from just about any movie that uses a little person. He is,
Well, he was on Seinfeld.
yeah, but he is pretty much your go-to guy. But yeah, he's in it. He's the head elf,
Mm-hmm.
and
Because-
lots of dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, and we didn't mention Christopher Lloyd
The star of the movie.
as S. Scrooge.
Yes.
Stanley Scrooge.
Scrooge.
Yeah.
He's
By the way, there's a prequel to this movie.
Yeah,
Well, there's a
That
lot of
came out
prequels
in
to all of
2010.
these.
came out later.
Well,
Wait,
that's-
what?
Yeah,
the
that's-
Search for Santa Paws
Well,
was
that's gotta
released
be-
in November 23,
Wait,
2010.
it's
Well,
yeah,
that's
it
a
came out a
sequel
year
then.
later.
Santa
Wait,
Buddies
it's
2.
It's a prequel.
Oh, so it's a prequel.
I
that
said
came out later.
prequel. I meant prequel.
No, I know, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
we're watching these so out of order. But you're saying it came out after this one?
Correct.
It did.
But okay.
But then there's also Santa Paws and Santa Paws 2.
Yeah.
And then there's menopause, which eventually happens. But
That's rough.
That's when the puppies grow up.
Yeah. You get hot.
yeah. But Christopher Lloyd is a dog catcher.
Yep.
The world's angriest,
He does not like dogs.
grossest dog catcher.
Just doesn't like
How
them.
does he make a living?
I'm not even
Selling
sure he was.
those dogs
I'm not
for
sure he was
$300.
employed by the city. I got
That was
was
just
like
his
a hobby.
hobby.
Yeah. Yeah. He
'Cause
had-
that's where because he looked like he just took over some sort of like oil refinery
Yeah.
or something.
And I think he
like an
lived
old
there.
gas station because it had just had oil drums laying around and
Yeah.
some cages and straw on the floor.
Right. Yeah.
Like
It's
horses.
a shitty place.
Yes.
That's all we need to know.
But he did have a board with little tick marks for how many dogs he had caught that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had one day and a goose egg on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, he was taking
Sunday's a
pride in
bad
his
day.
work. I mean, he was like making it a sport.
Taking pride in his hobby.
He probably had dog catchers in other counties who would like call him up and go, "Hey, I got 7 today." It's like,
Oh, yeah.
great Scott.
I got 25.
That's great, Scott.
Yeah, I know
Thanks.
exactly. Scott called him and he was like, "That's great, Scott."
But this is by the exact same director as Super Buddies. And just about every other Buddy
He's a visionary.
movie available known to man, Robert Woods.
Nobody else can bring his particular vision to
No.
film.
Well, I give him credit. Kids and Animals, man. Just keeps
two
making
hardest-
movies
yeah.
with them.
Yeah, and C-tier actors. That's the 3 worst things you can link together.
Yeah.
Kids, animals, and washed-up actors is just how.
Yeah.
But
It's pretty
Because, yeah,
terrible.
they're just the entire time like, don't you know I was in there?
yeah, it's
I don't
like,
have to
yes,
do what
I
you said."
know. Stand with the dog, please. Now the dogs are gonna lick you.
Yeah. So apparently this Christmas icicle, is that what it was called? The Christmas icicle?
Chrismical.
I don't know
Chris
that it had a
Mickle. I
name.
had a few classes with him.
No, they kept referring to it
College.
as
the
the.
Christmas icicle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
apparently, as long as people believe in Christmas, this giant icicle
Yeah, Christmas
in
icicle.
this giant blue vagina cave will
Mhm.
be fine.
Yeah.
But when people stop believing, it starts melting.
Yes.
Movies,
How does that work? Is that like global warming?
I think there
Like
was a
people
subtle.
stop caring and start driving cars
Yes.
everywhere and
Everyone
not
stops
carpooling and
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's a subtle, very ecological.
So, do we have to start or stop believing in global warming to stop it?
you have to believe in global warming and celebrate Christmas.
Okay. So,
And-
if we believe in it, then like the poles won't melt.
Yes,
This
correct.
won't be Waterworld.
That's all we have to do is believe.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Just
Have you
checking.
not learned anything from any kids' movies ever?
No.
Andreyland
believe.
will not be a myth
Oh.
if you do that.
Well. Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Santa Buddy.
like he says. So anyway, so nobody believes in it.
No.
Santa and Santa Paws have a discussion about, what are we going to do?
Yes, they
People
do.
need to believe in Christmas. Whatever.
Yeah.
And
They don't really have a solution.
and then it's they don't really, and then they're kind of like, well, it's going to be up to Puppy Paws to figure it out. And he is, meanwhile, being an asshole to terribly CG'd reindeer.
Yeah.
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 Just like he's like a slave driver. I mean, they're like, we can't go any further. And he's like, oh, come on, guys, let's have some fun. And he's sitting in the sled, and
Pretty good.
yeah, and they're like, no, you asshole. And
We're tired. We want
and
to
they're
go
like,
rest.
and Christmas is tomorrow, where we have to fly around the fucking world.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I guess we can't have any more fun. So then he goes into the factory where all the elves are working, making everything, where they have little elf dogs,
Yeah.
which is like, I don't know if it's Jack Russell.
It
but
is.
it's a little,
It's Jack
It
Russell.
is.
Yeah, little Jack Russell, he's got the elf hat, and he's also got the elf shoes. So this poor dog has to walk around in these little boots, and of course the little jacket.
Yeah.
And
Cool dog.
yeah, he's a cool dog, but
Dog's
yeah,
okay with it.
he's like, there's dogs pushing crates of toys.
Yes.
They're like there's a dog playing the piano like a madman.
Yes.
Some dogs playing poker over in the corner.
Yeah, it's like it's party central here.
There's one dog just jumping on a trampoline. I don't know
Oh, yeah.
what that dog was
He's-
accomplishing.
He's testing the trampoline
Okay, that makes sense.
to make sure that everyone is
Yeah.
healthy.
By the way,
and will
again,
not be hurt on the trampoline.
Santa's factory is making nothing but shitty 1930s toys that no kid is asking for.
That's the way that it happens in every Christmas movie.
I
though.
know.
They're always making shitty toys. Santa is
Rocking
a shitty
horses.
toy giver.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Nutcrackers and,
Yeah.
and rocking horses.
Yeah.
And hoops with wheels.
Yeah.
Hoops with wheels.
Yeah.
Hoops and
stick. Hoop and
Yeah.
stick. Yeah.
Hoops with wheels this fall on
Just
ABC.
got two of them. They're like,
That's-
what do we do with this? Do I push the one with the other one? Do I put them together and make a car?
Little toy trains.
Yeah.
All of these things can be yours.
This movie
in
broke my
Santa's-
brain. I don't
Yeah.
know what's
So-
going on.
But yeah, Santa, basically all it does, it establishes that Puppy Paws is kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Because
Duh.
he for some reason they have a dial that's like the production speed is either slow, medium, or fast.
Yeah.
And it's on slow.
Right.
So he immediately turns it to fast, and everyone speeds up and is singing their song in fast motion, and dogs are going crazy, and
Dogs start playing piano faster,
Yeah.
jumping on the trampoline faster.
they're like, oh my God, we can't keep up with everything. And shit starts piling up everywhere. And then, of course, they go, oh, flip the switch. We got to fix it. And there's Puppy Paws.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
And
And then,
they call him
Why'd
into
you
the
do that?
throne room.
yeah, they
where
bring him in, man.
Santa-
Santa Paws has a pimp chair.
Yeah, his chair is higher than Santa's chair. I think Santa Paws is the leader of this organization.
It's entirely possible. This Buddies universe is a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's a little strange, but he starts dressing him down, and the first thing he says, "Man, we got 3 words into it, and we were so stoked that we thought, he's gonna say it because he's like son, and we're like, yes."
He says,
I
son,
am
I am.
so disappointed. We're like, so close.
I can't even imagine if he had actually been used that.
5 jocks.
Yep.
We would have
had-
shut it off right there.
Yeah. But no. But he dresses down Puppy Paws and is like, dude, get your shit together or you can't be Santa one day.
Yeah.
And he says, I wish Christmas never happened. It means I can't have any fun. Wish Christmas didn't exist. And then they're all like,
You are banished from the land.
so they basically tell him he can't have any fun
Yeah.
until after Christmas.
Yeah. And he goes to the Christmas icicle, and he's just like,
Yeah, he got.
Christmas sucks.
He was grounded.
yeah, they
and then he
grounded
yelled at the Christmas.
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah,
he
he
wasn't
got-
allowed to fly with the reindeer anymore.
Right,
So he
yeah.
was literally grounded.
So he yes.
So like any good emo teen,
Yeah. He yells at a Christmas icicle.
he went and yelled at the Christmas icicle.
Fucking hate you guys.
Yeah,
I wish you were cool. I mean,
he did. He says he wishes Christmas never happened. He wishes Christmas would just go away.
Yep.
He wishes he was a normal boy.
Yep.
Puppy.
I wish I was a regular puppy.
Yeah. And of course, this is cut back to all of them looking through the book and seeing, oh, look at all the bad dogs. Who's on the naughty list? And oh, look, it's all of the buddies.
well, just the one.
No,
just
well,
Butterball.
Butterball, because he
Okay.
eats
Yeah.
everything. He ate the
had-
Thanksgiving
he
turkey.
had eaten the Thanksgiving turkey.
Not only did he eat it, he then hid under the serving lid so that when someone came in to reveal the turkey, it was just Butterball laying there like, hey.
And then he burps at them.
Yeah, yes, he does.
That's a dick move.
Well,
So was the Thanksgiving turkey from another Buddies movie?
it might have been from Turkey Buddies. We
I'm looking and
no Turkey Buddies?
no.
I think
No.
it was an implied buddies. Maybe it was from the prequel,
Yeah.
The Search for Santa Paws.
That's got to be.
Well,
it.
Space Buddies had been before.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at the chronology.
Oh, jeez.
Space Buddies was the one before that. Before
Yeah.
that was Snow Buddies, and then that's when you go to the Air Bud series. Before
Oh.
they were just all the buddies.
Where does Most Valuable Primate fit in?
Not
No.
part of this.
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh, it's like a
It's an offshoot.
it's a buddies guidance.
Yes. It's
Okay.
So maybe it just happened in one of the other movies. Whatever. He ate the Thanksgiving turkey, and
Wah-
so
yeah.
therefore he's on the naughty list.
yes.
Yeah. And this immediately makes Santa Paws go, oh, this guy sounds cool. He sounds like he knows how to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
So he hitches a ride on their magic
Mail truck.
truck, which also, when it turns into an Indian mail truck, the elf speaks with an Indian accent. And
Yeah.
then when it turns into an Italian one, he speaks with an Italian accent. And we get visions of Theodore Rex for just a brief moment
Yeah. But not enough to really
before it
nail
changes back to the U.S. one and goes
Yeah.
back. And then he hops on, hitches a ride, and wow, he's in Buddy Town now.
Well, he drives into a fairy dust wall.
Oh, yeah.
And
A poorly
then-
CG'd fairy dust wall.
Yeah. And then just emerges in Fairville, USA, or wherever this
Yeah.
is.
Fairfield.
Okay.
Washington.
That's it.
Yes.
Oh, Fairfield, Washington.
Mhm.
Well,
Well, Washington is in the USA. So
Which, by the way, Deputy Mustache is in this for half a second. He does not
he's
get
got like 3 minutes.
all the stuff to do that he
Oh,
got
no.
to do in
No, sadly.
Super
He-
Buddies.
you know, in Super Buddies, he's like, I've done my time, man.
Let me show my stuff.
Yeah. I've done my time being the bumbling guy trying
Yeah.
to light the Christmas tree in 4 different fucking Santa buddy movies here.
Yeah, he got his
Throw
time
me
to
a bone
shine.
here, so to speak.
Yeah. Oh.
Woof.
And they were like, I like your moxie. You get my vision.
Yeah. But
I don't know what happens next. His
yeah,
buddies-
then it's comical dog stuff.
Yeah.
Dog misadventures.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he comes through the puff of smoke. Or Puppy Paws gets off the truck, goes and hides in the candy store, which is the same candy store from
Yeah.
Super Buddies.
But it did not get robbed.
No, it
No.
didn't. But he just hides in the display, which is full of polar bears, and I mean, he's a little
big white,
yeah,
puffy,
Yeah.
whatever dog
Great
thing.
Pyrenees or something.
Yeah, so he just sits in the display until the next morning, and then town wakes up, and he's like, "All right, oh yeah." Butterball goes walking by with his kid, who looks like he's going to the office.
He is. He's going to work.
He's wearing a
He
business
is.
suit.
The kid's a total 1%er. You saw his house.
Yeah. They all got to work
Their
for
house
that
is
money.
fucking huge.
Yeah, I think the kid was the only... I think the guy playing with the kid was the butler.
Yeah.
So, when he had to go to the farm with Cliff Clavin, was like that his punishment, like to not live in his sweet ass house?
I
with,
think they
with
sent-
servants and chefs and everything else.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was some sort of punishment to go live with John Ratzenberger.
He had to go to fat camp with
Yeah.
John Ratzenberger.
I
Yes.
believe it did,
But yeah,
Because I had no idea. Apparently, in this universe, he's the rich kid. the
There
fat
may or
kid.
may not be an owner lineage of these puppies, but I don't think...
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He lives in a nice house. Anyway, he goes walking by in the morning, walking by the candy store in the morning, dressed in like almost a business suit, carrying a leather briefcase.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. Why 10-year-old kid?
Yeah.
He's got to seal some deals.
Yeah. ABC man. Coffee's for
right.
closers.
he's got poor people to bilk out of their insurance.
Yeah.
So anyway, they go walking by, and Puppy Paws is like, "Hey, there's Butterball. That's who I'm looking for. Let's follow him."
Uh-huh.
And loses him for a second. Talks to Tim Conway, dog, the sheriff's hound.
Yeah.
Tells him where to go, and then just like goes to the rich house.
Yep.
And apparently, I guess they were going home because he's home when he gets there.
Mm-hmm.
Tries to climb down the chimney, falls, and lands on him, and is very reminiscent of last week's movie, No
Yeah.
Retreat, No Surrender, because he just kind of falls right on his crotch and then lays there for a minute until he's like, "Hey, dude, do you want to get off me?"
Yeah. You're Butterball. I've been looking for you.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm
Get
Puppy
off of
Paws.
me.
I'm
What?
from the North Pole. I want to be a normal dog. He's like, "Yeah, you're crazy."
me. Yeah.
So here, let me explain how things work here.
First, we go into the kitchen.
Yeah, this guy here is a chef, and he just made cookies, and he left them just on the edge of the counter so that we could pull them down and have comic misadventures of eating the cookies.
Yep.
So he gets him in trouble, basically, for eating the cookies.
Well, he's got...
Santa Paws. He's got a little medallion thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crystal.
It's got the Christmas inside
Yeah.
it.
Because apparently, and because not Butterball,
Puppy Paws.
Puppy Paws left. That means the Christmas icicle is just fucked. It's melting. It's
Yeah.
screwed. And everyone up in the North Pole, there's no magic anymore, so
No.
they can't do anything.
Oh yeah, the power is like shut
Yeah,
off.
Yeah.
I mean
People
they're
are freaking
like,
out.
And I'm
stop
pretty
the
sure
presses,
Santa
man.
starts dying.
Yeah,
I think he just resigns to sitting in his chair and just be like, I can't. Because at that point, I think Santa Paws is the one speaking at all times. They just cut
Yeah.
to Santa and he's just...
he's like Theoden in Two Towers. He's just like just melting into his chair.
Some guys coming up behind him like,
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's going on.
But
Everything's fine,
Yeah,
son.
so George Wentz out of it for a while.
"Oh, deep cuts, good puns."
Anyway, so but what the only one who has magic is Puppy Paws for whatever reason. So he makes the cookies all iced and awesome and then eats them.
Yes.
Whereas Butterball is trying to be good and he's like, I'm not going to eat those.
Yeah.
Don't eat those. And then so
Need to be on the good list.
yeah, so Santa Paws eats them and then punks out and is like, all right, see ya.
Yeah.
So when the
Good
butler
cookies.
comes back, he's like, oh, Butterball, you son of a bitch.
And he gets put in the box.
Put him in
Yeah.
the box.
They put him in the cage, and he's like,
Send
"Yeah,
him down the hill, man.
I'm in my timeout."
Uh-huh.
Which,
Yeah.
yeah,
Solitary.
Yeah, and Puppy Paws doesn't get it.
He's like, what are you doing in there? Just
Yeah, he's like,
it puts the fleet
Yeah,
shampoo
he's
use
in
your
the
like-
magic to get out of
he's
there.
like,
What's
they
wrong
let
with you?
You let them throw you in the hole like
Yeah.
a bitch? You
Yeah.
gotta fight back. You can't let the guards run the place. What the fuck's wrong with you?
And Butterball's like, why don't you go mess with my brothers and sisters? And
Yeah.
just
Yeah, they're
leave
waiting
me
for me in
alone.
the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he shows up alone
Yes.
without Butterball because he's in timeout, and he's just like, "Yo, I'm Puppy Paws,"
Sup,
and,
bitches?
Teach me to be a real puppy.
and they're like, "Oh
So-
God."
Yeah, and all of those asshole dogs are back. You know, like B-Rad or whatever the hell his
B-Dog.
name is.
B-Dog. Yo.
is the same horrible caricature that he was in the other one.
But not voiced by the same person.
No.
Racism the dog.
yeah.
Well, these kids grow up.
Do they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe they do.
I thought they
Yeah,
were stunned
they do.
by the evil that they brought upon
Nope.
the world.
They could be sent to the same factory the puppies are when they finish making the movie.
But yeah, this leads to him going with B-Dog.
Well,
And
basically, he goes with each puppy
Yeah.
and learns their puppy traits and
yeah,
tries to
the
emulate
dirty
them.
one, he shakes himself. They find the one clean room in the house after rolling in the mud.
Wait,
and he
we're
shakes.
glossing right over his
I
time
know.
with B-Dog?
I'm going back
Oh,
to
okay.
B-Dog. B-Dog's last.
Oh.
Saving
even
B-Dog.
though he was first.
Yeah.
Okay.
B-Dog's last.
Piece de resistance.
But yeah, so the dog destroys the one room with his dirt, but then
Yes. The people
somehow
who
magics it.
have mud butt,
Yeah,
the dirtiest dog of the bunch,
Yeah.
have a completely white room.
a fucking sterile,
They-
clean room.
Yeah. and it's the one room that he's not allowed in.
White carpet,
It's
and
a
he
puppy.
walks right into it.
literally white carpet, white furniture,
This is why you don't get animals, by
and,
the
and
way.
white
No.
walls.
You just don't get white
And
things.
I think they had white flowers and a white vase.
Good
Everything
plan,
white.
Chuck.
It's horrible, all of it.
White ruins everything.
Yes, it does.
It does.
What?
So yeah, he ruins that room. Then he goes with the girl and ruins her outfit.
No, he
'Cause
makes that outfit better.
Well, yeah, her owner gives her a little pink hat and something else.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, you're all dressed up for Christmas."
Because girls,
he goes,
pink,
"That's not really
princesses.
Christmassy." And then he puts her in an elf costume, and she goes, "Ah!" Can't handle it
That was
because
pretty
she's
funny.
a girl.
That was funny.
Oh yeah.
That was a good.
hilarious.
That was a good bit.
It was, man,
You guys are haters.
we are. But what does he do with the other one? That's not.
He-
oh, Buddha.
Buddha.
He turns.
He turned. Okay, Buddha talks about how the Buddha statue is the most sacred thing.
It's from the Ming Dynasty.
Yeah, it's from the Ming Dynasty. It's incredibly
That
important.
dog don't know shit. That's just a piece
So-
of concrete bullshit from Target.
But the point is, he's demonstrated this to Puppy Paws. So Puppy Paws promptly turns it into a snowman.
Now, to be fair, Puppy Paws can't necessarily control this little crystal thing that's around his neck that makes all the magic shit happens. He says that to.
Don't defend him.
I'm just saying.
Don't you defend him.
I will.
I don't want to hear it.
Here, I will say it like
I'm just
this.
getting the facts straight.
I will say it like this. It's half defense, half punishment because the asshole inside him causes the magic to come out in ways that it probably shouldn't.
Wow.
He's not directly going,
That's
I'm
the
going to be an
dirtiest sentence
asshole.
in the world.
I'm just saying, like, the natural shitbird that he
Yeah, he really
is really just like
Yes.
manifesting itself through the magic.
Correct.
He's
Yes.
not like going,
It's
I'm
shitty
going to
magic.
turn that
Yeah.
Buddha into a snowman. It's
Yeah.
just like, I'm an asshole, so
Because
I'm an asshole, so fart.
in the white room, he turned all the mud splatters into mud Christmas ornaments and shit.
Yes.
So it's just muddy snowflakes and
Yeah.
stuff all over the house.
Yeah.
But
It
all
looked
the
like a
dogs,
design.
but all the dogs are just passing him off on the next one because they're
Yeah.
like, "Fuck this guy."
He's ruining
him
our
outta here.
lives. Get him
Yeah.
out of here.
Buddha's the last one because like the end is there. That
Yeah.
I know we're going back for a second, but Buddha's the one that's like he broke my patience, and he's supposed to be
Yeah.
the calm Zen one,
Yeah.
whatever.
He
Even though
actually
Zen
lost
means
his temper for
chaos.
once.
And
Yep.
whatever.
But yeah, but B-Dog,
Go on.
But dog.
when he goes with B-Dog,
But dog.
B-Dog is going to show him how rap is.
How to keep
rap
it? How to
works.
keep it real?
Yeah.
So he starts up a boombox that looks like it has been through a fucking war, and starts up some generic rap beat,
Yeah.
and then does some CG dancing for a little bit.
Yep.
Oh, I
And
don't
they
know
think,
if
well, he's swaying back and forth, and then all of a sudden, he's doing handstands, and then he's going into spins.
Oh, he did the worm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and he does the worm, and it all looks terrible.
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh, it's the worst.
in a way that's incomprehensibly terrible looking.
This is where the CG gets among its worst.
Oh,
This and the
is
reindeer
a new
are-
pinnacle of
Ugh.
horrible CG.
Well, the reindeer. The thing that offends me about the reindeer is like
Everything.
they didn't even finish the models for them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It was
Like,
just-
at
like
least
there's
this
no
had
hair.
finished
They just-
dogs. They just looked terrible because the animation was terrible.
Yeah.
Well, there was no hair to the dogs. There was no hair texture. It was just all like tan. And it's the same thing with the reindeer. They're just
Yeah.
Yeah.
brownish.
Well, like the dogs in particular, when they turn CG, are like food fight slash,
They're bad.
the
Yeah.
terrible.
But
At least Food Fight had sort of a style to it, and it mostly stuck within it.
Yeah, but it had
But-
that sheen to it, that terrible, like these things don't have texture or fur or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
They're just plastic mold.
but at least like that movie was acknowledged to be not finished.
Yeah.
Good point. This is a Disney movie.
This is a Disney movie that they put out.
Yeah.
on Blu-ray.
That's
Disney
true.
Blu-ray,
Yes.
not just Blu-ray.
Yeah.
No, Disney Ray.
Robin Hood. Robin Hood's in the vault right now.
Yeah, it is.
This you can get on Blu-ray at any time.
Anytime.
No,
Think about it.
Anywhere.
isn't
Your
isn't
copy's
Robin Hood
fine.
back out?
Your copy's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't put it back in the vault.
Yeah.
Once you purchase it, you're fine. It
Yeah.
is not
They
something.
don't come and
okay.
take it
No,
away.
the
All right.
Disney police will come to your house and confiscate it
I'm-
until
I got-
the next available period.
I gotta go, guys. I got.
You gotta get
I
it
have
over the
you-
border.
This is the only DVD copy out left
Yeah,
in the
you gotta
wild,
hide it in the
right
attic.
here.
Yeah, there's a bunch in
I
the
gotta
attic
go.
right now.
But no, so they have a breakdancing battle, a poorly CG'd dog breakdancing battle, which looks as bad as you're imagining it looks right now.
And shit ass Puppy Paws cheats to win.
Yeah,
He cheats. He uses magic because
Yeah.
he's a shitty little shit
Shitbird.
yeah,
bird,
and
Shit
he-
dog.
shit hurricane, Randy.
and he breaks a vase and then takes off,
Yeah.
leaves B-Dog to take the fall again. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. He's setting everybody up.
Yep. Yeah.
He's framing
Well,
all
to,
these
to
dogs.
be fair,
like
we've already established, at least in our small time in this universe, they all deserve it. I mean, they're all
Well,
equally
yeah.
shitty little shits too.
yeah, the buddies are kind of assholes.
Yeah.
But they stick together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they're a group. They're a gang of assholes.
So does a group of bank robbers. All right.
Hey, I'm just saying.
All right.
A gaggle of assholes.
I think it's a
Yeah,
meter
and-
of assholes.
Meanwhile, there's a whole subplot with Christopher Lloyd catches some little puppy that's like, "Oh, thank you." It's because his name is Tiny, and he finds a steak in the trash, and he's like, "Oh, thank you, Jesus, for this wonderful gift."
Thank you, Puppy Jesus.
Yeah.
Dear Lord, Puppy Jesus. 2 pounds,
I
fluffy
do wonder.
ounces.
Okay, now, let's think about this for a minute. Hang on.
What?
We have Santa Claus and we have Santa Paws.
Uh-huh.
Go on.
If Jesus is the reason for the season, is there a dog Jesus in this universe?
There's a Jesus.
A Jesus?
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Puppy Christ.
Yeah.
Because Christ is the title. You wouldn't
Yeah.
You wouldn't mess with that.
No.
Okay.
Puppy Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
just wondering if there's the whole correlation works.
We haven't gotten
or
there
not.
yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
They haven't
2014.
felt they go that far
no,
just yet.
No, they haven't
Yeah.
run out.
But yeah, so
The
little
passion
little,
of the pause.
little Tiny gets captured, and then there's a guy who's got a kid who's dying, and
The kid's dying.
yeah,
Okay.
the kid
The guy's okay.
kid's on the way out.
Well, I mean,
And-
technically everyone in the movie's dying, but this
Well,
kid probably a little
yeah.
faster than some of the other people.
Well, the kid is the only one that someone states he's dying.
Oh, right. Actively dying.
yeah.
Yeah.
And at one point he coughs.
Yes.
that he does right before
Maybe
delivering.
maybe his
Yeah.
parents were just like really like paranoid. Like he's one of those ones that's like, no, my kid has allergies.
Oh,
Could be.
He's like, oh, no, he's dying. Look at that cough.
Yeah. Look. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause-
yeah.
Munchausen by proxy syndrome.
Yes.
yeah.
He's allergic
Yes.
to
And that's why they're
peanuts.
getting him a dog.
Yes.
Make the allergies worse.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Maybe they just hated their kid. Maybe he actually had dog allergies, and they're just like,
Oh.
kid's dying.
You think
Yeah.
they
So-
resented him?
They might.
All their hopes and dreams are crushed.
Well, look at their
because they
shitty
have a
Christmas
child
tree.
now?
Maybe they just like were both unemployed, and they're like, we can't afford this.
Yeah,
kid.
they have a Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Yeah.
That is one shit ass Christmas
We have just
tree.
unraveled the deep dark secret of Santa buddies.
Yeah.
They're like they've been telling everyone their kid's dying,
Yeah.
and they know that he's deathly allergic to dogs, so they go get him a dog. They're like,
yeah.
any plausible
Speed
deniability.
that
But yeah,
along.
but and Christopher Lloyd was trying to save them by saying, "No, this dog costs $300."
Which I know you
wanna
don't
adopt it.
have.
Yeah.
It's not exactly how Christopher Lloyd paints that picture.
No, he was the hero of the movie.
No. That's not
he
what
was trying
says.
to corral all these dogs in and keep them from doing their dog stuff that's ruining everyone's lives.
No,
Right.
no, that's not what happened at all. He's a mean dog hater who then when someone comes to rescue one of his dogs, he's like, that'll be $300.
Well,
That'll
yeah.
be
man.
$300.
I think
he's
if you
got to
can't-
pay for that oil refinery
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
lives in.
what is the deal with $300 for this shitty little dog that he
He
found
I
in
know.
the
wants to
trash?
He didn't
murder
even-
the dogs.
He didn't even clean that dog up.
I think $300
No.
is just the test of if you're a good enough
Yeah.
person to have a dog. It's going to cost you a lot more than that in the long run.
Shows you're
Yeah, see?
dedicated.
Yeah.
He's
I
screening.
get it.
He's screening all the
It's
owners
a
to make
screening.
sure. You don't just want to give because if you give it to a shitty owner, they're just going to bring it right.
Yeah, I mean, like Michael Vick walks in there and he's just like, "What do you do?"
Yeah, and he's like, oh, but Michael Vick would have.
I
$300.
fight
But
dogs.
shit,
So
you
he'd
can't,
be
you
able
can't
to-
outprice Michael Vick.
he'd
You
know
just have
through.
to murder him in his dog-hating heart.
But
Okay.
he comes in wearing a Ron Mexico jersey, and you're just
Oh,
like, I don't know who that guy is.
yeah,
Take
who
this
is
pup.
this
Take
guy?
Tiny the puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tiny doesn't get adopted because that guy, and he's got a little note that he leaves behind. He's like, you can find it in your heart. give us a fucking dog maybe later.
There's a subplot of the worst town Santa ever.
Well, that's because people were losing the spirit of Christmas.
Right,
Yeah.
but this fake Santa is just one doesn't care to be Santa and two doesn't care to be in this movie.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
just
That guy's my spirit animal.
he's just like,
That guy's great.
whatever, kid, just get out of here.
Oh, yeah. The kid's like...
I just
want
to puppy dog. He's
Well,
just
the
like,
little kid's like, I know
All right,
you,
kid.
I know you work for the big Santa.
Yeah.
Could you deliver this to the real Santa? He's like, yeah, but
yeah,
sure thing.
kid. You know,
Yeah.
this beard is itchy. Get off me.
How old are you? Yeah,
Yeah.
great. And then the assistant elf too is just like, all right, smile for your picture,
Yeah.
faggot.
Did he literally
he
say
didn't
faggot?
actually-
I think he might.
He
might
might
have.
have. I don't remember if he did or not.
He's a mean son of a bitch. He's just bad.
Basically, his entire routine, I think his lines where he goes, ho, 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 what do you want?
Yeah. These guys are great.
Also,
They're
ho
my favorite.
ho ho.
Yeah.
What do you want?
They're my favorite, man.
Chuck, you all right over there? Camera's that way, buddy. Santa buddy.
Do you want to start that sentence again? Maybe not say that.
I went for shock value. He can bleep it if he wants. But no, the elf assistant. The elf assistant is just an asshole because the kids they want to take a picture and he's just like, "Hey, smile or whatever."
Say cheese, you son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
Then drink your orange juice, Billy.
Drink your orange. Say cheese. Here's your candy
But
cane.
these guys could not be less happy with their jobs.
They are
at
the
all.
worst.
They're
And
they're
I
great.
love them for it.
Yeah, I do love them. They're awesome. But yeah, so that's another part of the subplot is the kid had the letter and they just threw it on the ground after like this dying kid gave him a letter
Merry
to give to
Christmas.
Santa. The guy's like, yeah, Merry Christmas. Good luck with your life. All 6 weeks of it. And so Chuck's broken over there.
I'm all right.
Chuck's just can't handle it.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Puppies.
But yeah, so that's part of the subplot is that guy
Yeah.
ends up leaving the letter that would have gone to Santa with Christopher Lloyd.
But his dad picks it up.
Yes.
Yeah, but then he leaves the letter with Christopher Lloyd. So that
Well,
Christopher
because
Lloyd
I think
can find
what was happening there is like magical gust of wind kept happening, and like he left it there, sitting there for shitty small Santa, and then
Who wasn't going to do anything.
wasn't going to do
Christmas
anything. He
wind,
was going to
yeah.
just throw it away, and like the Christmas wind went whoop, and so the dad was like, "All right,
All right,
I
I'll
should probably
take this
pick that
note,
up."
yeah.
And
it. Yeah, just like having
then
that kid, he
yeah,
was
well,
stuck with it.
Then he walks to the dog pound and gives it to Christopher Lloyd. He's like, "Please give
Yeah.
my dying kid a
But yeah,
puppy,
so
$300." Blah.
Tiny does not get adopted. Tiny got his hopes up, and then they were crushed.
Yeah.
So, what the hell else happens?
I
They
don't
go to
know.
the park to play hide and seek
Oh yeah,
Is it a excuse to try to lose?
because Puppy Paws.
Whatever.
They're like, you go Puppy Paws, and we'll go
you
hide.
go count to 12, and then we'll have this intricate side plot
They-
that you shouldn't overhear.
Yeah.
They
as
had
we
to have
talk
the
about how
council of
terrible
the stump.
Yeah. And it's basically like, that Puppy Paws is a bastard, and I don't like him, and he's a jerk, and he
Yeah.
did this to me, and screw that guy. And of course, he's right there behind him, like, whoa.
So he was like James K. Pup.
Deep cuts.
Never mind.
Wow. So yeah, he's just like, well, if I'm not wanted, and runs off, and then
immediately is caught by Christopher Lloyd.
yeah, right when the other puppies are like, but that's okay, he's our friend, and it's just like, oh, whatever. But yeah, Christopher Lloyd just wraps his arms around that dog just with a net, like, you're coming with me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Takes him to Pound Town.
Yeah, and he
No, Chuck. No.
Yeah, you do not besmirch the hero of this film.
Oh, sorry.
Nobody in this movie was taken to Pound Town.
Arlo, rub his nose in it.
Yeah,
Hit him
me.
with the
I'm the one.
newspaper.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was the 20th century, I'd smack you in the face with a newspaper. I have no fucking idea where one is.
Well, just hit me with your digital
I'll hit you
iPad.
with the internet.
Yeah, smack him in the face with an
Just
iPad.
go to usatoday.com and smack me in the face with the monitor.
All right. Yeah. So, of course, then meanwhile, Santa has figured out how to send one of the elves back to save him or something.
Yeah.
To get him back because they've gone to the icicle and they're like, oh shit, this thing's wrecked. What are we gonna do?
We're gonna be out of work soon.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to get real jobs.
You know, and like all the reindeer are sick. They got
Oh yeah,
like,
they got reindeer AIDS now.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
some some sort of contagion
no
going.
more reindeer games.
Gwyneth Paltrow came and visited the reindeer, and then all of a sudden they're all just like,
There was a bat and a candy cane and shit, I don't know, monkeys.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, shit's bad at the North Pole, man.
Yeah, shit's rough.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, they're all
so-
drunk
so-
up there. They're just like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Drinks,
yeah,
sweet
George
release.
Wentz melting into his chair,
Yeah.
and they're like, shit's
Some of the elves
fucked.
are sort of going through the motions, like, build the doll.
Yeah, but they got no power. They
Yeah.
can't do anything.
So-
But yeah, they send
I
one
think
back.
they could make the power of the
Yeah.
shitty
Well,
early
well, they-
Yeah.
1900s.
They
They
make
toys.
the
send
hobby
the, they send the
horses.
lead elf and the lead dog elf to the town to try and find the pup.
Yeah, because they find
And Christopher Lloyd has taken his leash off, his collar off, so he doesn't have the little crystal anymore. So
Right.
he's just stuck in the thing. And
Stuck in shitty
Tiny-
regular dog.
Why didn't he use his magic like in the process of being
I know.
caught? Oh, all right.
because the net.
Movie.
Because he's an idiot, and it doesn't work when he. It only works
When you're in the loving
occasionally.
embrace of
it only
Christopher
works.
Lloyd.
It only works to fuck things up for everyone else.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. But then that's when he gets serenaded by Tiny,
Yep.
who has her
Yes.
own little Christmas carol that she sings.
This was the one time when when we've watched a ton of movies in the last like 6 months where it's been like, okay, start singing now, and they never do. And this is just like, okay, start singing now, and then that dog starts fucking singing. It's fantastic. Y'all shake your heads all you want.
You're on
whatever.
your own with
Let
the
me
fantastic.
dictionary.com. Fantastic. See
Don't smack me in the face with
also
dictionary.com,
not
please.
that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever. I thought it was great.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah,
It was good that it happened. Like,
that
finally,
dog sings
maybe.
to him. Yeah. But the buddies, the little Jack Russell finds them and says, "We have to find Puppy Paws. We know where he is." But yeah, so they go and they all break in, and they let him loose, and then Christopher Lloyd comes out and is like, "Hey, you fucking dogs, get back in your cages."
Yeah.
Hey, you
Shit.
fucking dogs!
And they're like, nah. And
Well,
then-
Eddie is like, I'm going to create a distraction with these other dogs. You guys get him out of here because he's the most important.
Yeah.
Eddie's the
He's the
Jack
chosen
Russell
one.
dog. I only remember that because Eddie Frazier, same kind of dog.
Right.
yeah.
So the dogs, what they do is all the puppies jump on Christopher Lloyd, drag him down to the ground, and then just like are cuddling him and jumping on his face and
Yes.
he's laughing
And he discovers the true meaning of Christmas right then and there.
No, he doesn't.
For
a
well,
second.
what we
It
think he
seemed
does
like he
because it
did.
cuts away and it's like Puppy Paws is like, oh shit, I gotta get back to the North Pole and things have to go right and then you cut back to Christopher Lloyd slamming the door on the cage and he's like, yeah, that's enough fun for you dogs.
You don't try that again.
He's giggling, getting like dogpiled and lick
Yeah.
party on, and
Yeah,
he's
and we're
like,
like,
ha ha ha,
oh.
he's all right. Scrooge is good now.
Yeah.
And like,
The dogs have warmed his heart.
Yeah.
and then he's slamming the
comes
door and
to
he
his
goes like,
senses.
for that little infraction, it's no food for you tonight.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
what the shit, movie? No, he discovered the true meaning of Puppy Christmas.
Yeah,
I wonder if
Someone's-
they like had the film done and they're like, shit, this is like 61 minutes.
Yeah,
Yep.
pad out the
Yep.
the plot
Yeah.
by having dogs jump on Christopher Lloyd. He was probably in his
No,
contract.
no, I'm telling you, that was the original like turning point for his character. And then they were like, oh shit, we're not ready.
Yeah,
Film an angry scene, and then we're going to extend this by 20 minutes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yay, 20 minutes.
yeah. So he locks them all up, but he's also locked up the elf dog
Yes.
because after he locks them all up, the elf dog starts talking to him.
Which I was happy, at least for in one respect, because this established that as long as you're a magical North Pole dog, humans can talk, or the dogs can talk to them.
Yes.
So we're still under the impression we weren't really completely sure that the dogs couldn't talk to the humans with super buddies, except for the alien dog.
The
could.
alien dog could, yeah. So
Could.
it's just earthbound dogs can't,
normal, regular ass
Yes.
dogs.
Yeah.
People can't
which is
hear
what
'em.
Puppy Paws strive to be.
But magical North Pole dog could.
yeah,
So he
Right.
tells him everything about why he's the way he is because his mom was allergic to dogs, couldn't have dogs, ruined Christmas, blah blah blah.
yeah.
And also, you'll discover the true meaning of Christmas if you do something nice for somebody else. And it's just like, yeah, whatever.
Well, no, he sort of goes through the whole. He falls
Oh, well-
back against the cage and just like, great Scott. I mean, he really
He's
goes
having
through
a
all
bad
those.
trip, man.
Oh yeah,
He's on the floor going, that dog's talking to me.
he
And
has.
he knows my secrets.
There are two moments where dogs talk to people in this, and both people have the appropriate reaction to it when a dog starts talking to him.
That could have gone either way. He could have found the true meaning of Christmas or started murdering people.
Yeah, luckily, in a G-rated movie, he found the true
True,
meaning of
true,
Christmas.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they get the buddies back. The buddies.
Well,
God,
he
what
also
happens?
he also opens up the pound. His first thing, he's like, "Oh, I'll find the meaning of Christmas," because he's like, "Free puppies."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And big sign on the front door and free
And
puppies.
guy
and
who came to get a puppy.
Didn't get the news.
he didn't
Yeah.
get the memo.
Well, they can't subscribe to the USAtoday.com website.
But
'cause they have no money.
this basically created an even. I think we forgot to mention Eddie. When after he told him everything they had to do, he just magicked himself through the gate
Yeah.
and left.
Yeah, he T2s right through that
He
gate.
Robert Patrick had right through that thing. That's what Christopher Lloyd freaks out the most about.
Yeah.
Not the
Sure.
talking,
Not
just
the
like,
talking dog. He's used to that. He's a man that lives in an oil refinery with
Yeah.
a thing full of dogs.
Probably a lot
Sure.
of things in that building talk to him.
But yes, so this explains all the dogs are given away except for Tiny. Apparently, still nobody wanted Tiny.
The cutest dog doesn't go.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but anyway,
Whatever.
so yeah, they got poor
Yeah.
dad didn't find
Yeah.
out about this.
Yeah, but they get back. The dogs get back to the head elf with their with Eddie,
Right.
and,
Who has also met up with the shitty town elf, the mall elf.
who
who
he's
basically-
explained everything to him.
No,
Yeah.
well, no, because like this guy assumed that because the real actual elf was dressed up as a pimp elf. I don't no way ready to describe it. This was not standard elf gear.
He was pretty pimped out.
Yeah, he's like wearing like orange and yellow and a pimp hat
Like
and
a-
everything.
like
but
an orange
but
pimp hat.
he starts yelling at him like, "Get back to work! What are
Yeah.
you doing? I've been working here all day." He's never seen or worked with this guy
No.
ever before. And
Well, there's
it's-
an agency.
well, it's this little tiny town.
I know.
and he just assumes.
Well, he's an elf. Of course he's working at Santa's village.
Okay.
That's what that guy assumes.
Sure.
So, but yeah,
Right.
and then the head elf guy is just sort of like, well, okay, I guess I'm hanging out here, and I'll just teach this fake elf the true meaning of Christmas.
Yeah.
And
About why his job's actually important. That,
Yeah.
hey, you're helping to ruin Christmas.
yeah, and he pretty much
Thanks.
convinces him. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then Elf Dog shows
Yeah,
up.
well, I
And
like he
seals
goes,
the deal.
he, he goes like, "Here comes my boss."
Yeah.
He's like, "What?"
That little dog's your boss, and dog starts talking, and this guy really delivers a good like.
What's the shit?
That dog talked.
And he's even doing the comical like, "Ooh, I rub."
yeah, yeah.
What?
But it's not embarrassing. I mean, this guy really just like goes for it.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Oh my god, that dog is talking reaction. And then they're just like, well, we got some magic. Let's use this fake sled and
Yeah, it's probably not enough to power the mail truck.
yeah.
However,
Let's tie the buddies up as reindeer. Because the
Yep.
buddies say something like, "We've done this before." So
Rain
I'm
dogs,
guessing in
thank
like
you.
snow buddies, they were
There's
huskies or some
there was
shit.
something that in Wikipedia or IMDb that alluded to the fact that they had learned some shit in
Okay.
Snow Buddies. So
That's I figured as much.
yeah.
Too many unanswered
Well.
questions. They wouldn't just throw that detail in there. We've done this before.
But yeah, so they take off
Yeah.
and fly through the air back to the North
the
Pole
greatest of ease.
with puppy paws
Well, they buzz the
on
tower.
the sled.
They buzz the dog pound.
Yeah, they do.
And it's right when Christopher Lloyd's walking outside, like, I feel great.
Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
Yeah. So he sees flying dogs in a Christmas sled, and he's just like, well, that's weird.
Well, yeah, and they get to the North Pole, and George Wendt is just like, thank fuck.
Yeah.
Puppy paw.
Time to go to work.
Dog, I'm out of gin. Bring me some gin.
And some ice from the Christmas ice.
Fucking tonic. You stupid little shit.
Got any nog?
Give me a gin and tonic. Hold the tonic. I need dog nog. You fucking asshole.
Egg dog.
Oh yeah, they
Dog nog.
and then everyone's got the magic, and Puppy Paws is like, okay, yeah, I guess I believe in Christmas again because it's important and shit. And I don't have a job if I don't.
Right.
So
And they're like, guess what, Puppy Paws? You'll never be an ordinary dog. You're special. Deal with it.
yeah.
I believe in Christmas because I've lived in the real world. No one likes me.
Yeah.
And all I do is fuck shit up.
Yeah. The other dogs hate me, and I can't do anything, so
Yeah.
I'll just come back here and be a hero.
Sure, why not?
And then, like, they go to wind up the reindeer or something. The reindeer are like, eh. And then they're like, nah, too sick. Can't go. And the puppies are like, we'll do it.
Yep.
And Santa's just like, all right, y'all take care of it. I'm just going to chill out.
Yeah. And then
I can't stand up.
B-Dog is the lead, so they give him a glowing red nose and then start calling him Roo Dog.
Roo Dog. Because if they said Rudolph, they would probably have to pay a licensing fee.
What,
Really?
they don't have to
Is
pay
it-
a licensing fee to Sublime? No? Okay.
No?
The
Right.
Rudolph people are... You notice there was no Rudolph reindeer in this.
Nope.
That's because it's owned by a different corporation.
I
Man.
can swear that Rudolph is public domain.
No.
Nope.
If it was, you better believe Rudolph would have fucking been in Santa Buddies.
So all the other reindeer are fair game.
Those are public domain right
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Comet, Blitzen, all those
Yeah,
guys.
that's all that. Half of them are made up by Hallmark anyway.
Should have had a better agent.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Should have had
So-
Disney's agent.
So then the buddies go around the world because Santa. Keep in mind, Santa's just like, fuck it, man.
Yeah.
You do it.
Yeah.
You mess this up. You fix it.
I'll just
Puppy
watch you on the
paws.
map while my head elf continues to make racist voices as you enter
Yeah.
each country.
Yeah.
That elf is the worst.
Yeah. And then
And they go to like Mexico and Butterball is with them and he's like, oh, hey, they left me a bean burrito because
They
that's a
left-
Christmas tradition.
They
in
left
Mexico.
out nacho,
nacho chips.
tortilla and salsa,
Yeah.
and bean burritos for Santa.
Because I'm sure that's what they do.
Yeah. It's Mexico, man.
And they go to like
racist.
France, and there's a French poodle there with a hat on.
And the girl tells her nice hat.
Yeah,
They drop a boomerang to the guy in Australia because fuck
'Cause
knows he needs another boomerang.
don't have
I
them
think it was
there.
some kind of sheepdog, and then like they go. There's like a Shar-Pei in China where
Yeah.
they go. Yeah.
And they go to
They
Jamaica.
don't have Christmas in China. They make Christmas in China and ship it over here.
Well, I know that, but to America, it's just like
Yeah.
give everyone Christmas. Force the Christmas.
This is still like Walt Disney's company,
Yeah.
right? There's some inherent
Yeah.
racism and also
And
like
whitewashing.
Yeah, just some assuming that everyone should be like we are.
This movie turned Buddha into a Frosty the Snowman,
Yeah.
and was just like deal with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
No one at any point ever corrected that mistake and was just like, "Hey, man, no, that's not cool."
Nope.
So
Yeah. The message of Santa Buddies is Not
praise,
good.
hail Santa.
yeah, it's not good. It's not good, I'm telling you.
No,
But yeah, they get back. They deliver to everybody. They get back home, and Santa's there,
yeah,
and he's like, "Good job, you guys are fucking awesome."
Fucking good.
now let's do it for reals. Is it Christmas?
Where's my paycheck?
And Christopher Lloyd has delivered Tiny to the sick family.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's just like, take this dog. He just leaves it at their door.
Yep.
Yeah, and then runs away in his Christopher Lloyd way.
Yeah.
Not quite as like food
Yeah.
fight.
No,
way,
not
but
in his food fright way, but just
his normal way.
crazy Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah,
And
and then
they're-
the dad kind of sees him
Yeah.
because they actually see each other in church
Oh,
just
yeah.
before that, and
There's
the
a
dad's
church
like,
scene.
"Merry Christmas," and Christopher Lloyd's like, "Yep."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas,
Kind of a dick.
buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas buddies.
But yeah, so he leaves him a puppy, and then the
Yeah.
kid's like, "Oh my god!" a puppy."
And the dad's like, oh, shit.
And the kid's like,
Yeah.
right. Kid had 5 seconds of joy, and
Yeah.
then they're stuck with a puppy.
his little heart couldn't take it.
Yep.
It
and
shrank
His
3
heart
sizes.
no, it blew up into 3 pieces that day.
Yeah.
Oh.
But cue happy ending where all the puppies get picked up by all their owner kids, all the buddies,
Mhm.
and the sick kid, they go to the
Yeah.
to the oil refinery junkyard and invite Christopher Lloyd over for dinner.
Well, because all the buddies showed up at their house as their last stop and turned their stupid tree into a real tree and gave them like a
Stupid
full
Oh, that's right.
Christmas dinner and fancied up their house and gave them like a rug
And he
because it
missed
tied
his-
the room together.
Missed his
and-
chance to say God blesses everyone.
Oh, so he does.
Yeah, his
the
name
dog.
was not Tim.
No, but the dog does reprise its song from the pound,
Yeah.
which
it does.
I
It sings by it to itself because like it's after they leave.
yeah
Mhm.
yeah
But yeah, and Christopher Lloyd, the reason he brought it over is because he read the note that said the kid desperately wanted a
Right,
dog.
right.
So
So and then like
But yes, the point is like as Christmas Day happens and they have to go, thank Mr. Scrooge, is that he's dragging the sickly little kid through the blizzard on a sled. just
What the fuck,
just
man?
drag.
yeah
What do you?
Yeah.
Well, they don't have a car.
No,
Obviously
but
they
still-
can't have
They had
a
to
car.
sell
They
the
could
car
have
to buy
left
that
the
tree.
kid at
To
home.
buy that stick.
There
Could
was no
have.
reason for the kid to come other than like to guilt him into going. I
Mom
guess.
probably works 2 jobs. She's
Oh,
working
okay.
at the Safeway Christmas Day, and she can't,
Yeah. he was trying to get him into
At night
that.
she works at the
no,
dangerous
he
way.
he wanted to bring him into the area that had dozens of dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would inflame the kid's allergies.
Sure, yeah, okay.
Like,
I
take
see.
a deep breath, kid.
He's like, why can't we kill you? Come through the blizzard with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's
Why
go see
won't you die?
the oil man.
We have insurance on you.
But yeah,
you
so
had 2 months to go 2 years ago. Damn it.
Wow, this episode's taking a dark turn.
This movie took a dark turn.
not this dark.
But
anyway,
I'm
yeah,
telling you, this is the undercurrent of this movie. You
Well,
just
yeah.
don't even know.
They invite Christopher Lloyd over, and
Yes.
it's just like, come spend Christmas with us. And he's like, no. And then he shows up.
Get
And,
back
and then he sits down to dinner, and they're like, have some turkey. And he's like, no. And then he eats turkey. So he's just refusing everything they give him, and then he takes it. So
Yeah.
he's learned a lesson.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and the Christmas icicle got bigger or whatever.
Yeah.
And Santa
Fuller,
was happy
plumper.
and not as drunk. And
Right.
then I guess the credits rolled.
The Christmas icicle took insight and everything. Everything was fine.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone waved, and the buddies.
And then they got together and sang Silent Night.
That's
In
right.
town.
Yeah, they all joined
Oh
up.
yeah,
Yeah.
the little cancer age child was singing in the perfect angelic voice. Not like he actually had any breath to sing.
No.
Right.
because he was dead.
Well, they dub in some professional singer for
Yeah,
this kid.
it's like
'cause
Charlotte Church is singing for this. Fucking
Even the
kid.
dog that he's holding is just like, what? That's not you.
I'm a really good singer, and you can't be singing
Right.
this shit.
Yeah. And like, the deputy shows back up for 2 seconds because,
Oh, yeah, because the tree lit up.
yeah.
Because of
Yeah,
magic.
and something about like when they finished the run, like I don't know, Santa went like bing to Puppy Paws and like you're magic now.
Puppy paws, Bing.
I think,
Charlotte
Puppy
Church.
Paws.
I think they gave him the belt.
Is that what it
I
was?
think he didn't have the belt before that.
Oh, he got the
I don't
strap.
know.
He's
Then
the
he got the
heavyweight
belt.
champion of the world now.
Yeah. Yes.
Add
He
to
was
this
only
corner.
tag team champion before,
Oh.
but
He's
now
out there
he's
doing this.
Intercontinental champion now.
Give me the
Now he's
belt now.
undisputed champion of the world.
Okay.
Champion of the world.
So yeah, then the
So,
movie ended. So
Yeah, for God's sake, let's rate this.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Why?
bags.
So you can come in and be like
Yeah.
5 jocks at the end.
Nope. 2 bags.
Okay.
2 bags. CG is terrible. The message is terrible. I this tested my patience quite a bit because these dogs are assholes. And the thing was, like, we enjoyed Super Buddies because there were actually jokes that were funny.
True.
There was none of that in this. None whatsoever.
Yeah, what? I don't even know what we rated that. I feel like I should look it up, but I probably.
I think we
I'm
gave it
probably
jocks.
not going to.
I'm pretty sure we gave it jocks. But either way, this is not. This got me out of the Christmas spirit. I feel like puppy paws at the beginning. I don't want Christmas to happen now because of this movie.
Yep.
Don't give up on Christmas.
I gave up on Santa Buddies though.
That's
2
fine.
2 bags.
I think 2 bags is a fair rating because this is a steaming pile of bullshit, and I love Christmas movies. So, it's the same generic bullshit message that every other Christmas movie in the entire world has ever done, which is don't lose the spirit of Christmas. And you'd think they could find something maybe a little bit off menu.
Talking dogs,
No, that's completely on menu for Buddies movies.
but not Christmas movies.
Yeah, the Christmas movies.
Santa Claus.
Every damn animal talks in this Christmas movie. Rudolph and
Homeward
things.
Bound wasn't a Christmas movie, but it's talking animals. It's been done before.
Only in their heads.
Whatever. They talk to a cat. So anyhow,
Right. They did. They talked to a
They
cat.
really did.
Whatever, dudes.
so
I'm
2 bags.
I'm sorry, but
Can't recommend it.
I'm definitely not recommending this because I'm giving it 4 hum bags.
Bah.
That's funnier than it should be.
This movie was not good at all. I mean, it just almost ruined any chance at having Christmas spirit I might have had. So it just, yeah, everything that was like remotely good about Super Buddies, which is surprising, is not here. It's terrible CG. The jokes are worse. B-Dog has more screen time and terrible lines. I mean, the only thing that keeps it from like 5-bag territory is like Christopher Lloyd was somewhat enjoyable, and us just filling out the rest of like Drunk George Wendt.
Yes.
That's the only thing that kept this from not being the worst of the worst. Yeah, this was not good. 4 bags. Bah, bag.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I remember giving Super Buddies 4 jocks. I really enjoyed Super Buddies. This movie is not as good as Super Buddies. I fully admit that. There's some straight up hot garbage in this movie. However, I had a extremely shitty day at work and sat here and watched a puppy dog movie and and it warmed my heart a little bit in places. I like puppies. That's what I like. And so I'm going to give it 2 jocks because there was enough in this where it was not offensively bad to me at all. There were some legit moments in here that I was just like, that's pretty good. there's a lot of moments in this that's like that's pretty bad, but overall, I was more up on this movie than not.
And so my plan worked perfectly to balance this out. My supposed average worked perfectly.
Hey
Your
man, you should
average?
vote with your heart.
No,
not
I am
to-
voting complete with my heart.
No, I mean,
I was also thinking like I gotta equal this out because Chuck's gonna go a little high on this. So, I did not like this movie.
I know you
Okay.
didn't. I know.
All right, it is not what I needed.
Sorry. You
It's
have
not
to-
what I needed either.
I think
but
it's just what you needed.
it's not entirely
Just what you needed.
Okay, you're right.
Next time,
Because
send
of
me an
me.
angel.
Right now.
Girl, you're my angel.
All right.
Like
let's
a
take
shaggy
break.
angel? All right,
Yes.
fine.
Break.
Okay.
For God's sake.
No.
For puppy Christ's sake.
Puppy Christ. Puppy Christ buttons.
What?
I heard like 2 seconds of Friday. That's all I heard.
Mm-hmm. Ah. So yeah, we watched Santa Buddies. It was great. Let me tell you. I was talking to the fan.
The fan? The commenter?
I'm sorry you had a shitty day at work, Chuck.
Me too. It was pretty terrible.
Seems to be a lot of that going around lately.
Yeah. Happy holidays, everybody.
Well, you know.
Yeah. I don't know how much longer that job is a job.
Gonna be sustainable.
Yeah.
My knee up. I don't know what I did either.
Did you twist your flexor?
I don't know. But it feels like my kneecap's gonna pop off, which is not good.
That's probably it. Yeah. Sorry I can't chat with you guys in the chat, but what's going on in the chat? Maybe if you have comments or questions, you could ask the others, and maybe they will refer your questions or comments to me, and I can answer them at a later date. I don't know. I had a bad day. So. Jeez.
I have Jurassic Park for you.
A Jurassic Park preview?
For you, the game.
Oh. Did you beat it?
No.
Oh.
But actually, I have the PC version
Yeah.
because I got it for Jen way back when.
Mhm.
Because I got the collector's edition that had all the feelies with it. The
Yeah.
like the park map and the badge and all that stuff.
Cool.
So I can install that on my PC and play that
Yeah,
there
we should play that at some point.
instead of playing on that decrepit old thing,
It's kind of a fun game.
that Xbox. Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Well, I mean, I know I have shitty taste, but
Oh, Chuck.
yeah, I know.
So have you seen anything that you'd like to discuss in the second half?
No.
No?
No.
Nothing?
I can talk about the first 15 minutes of Pushing 10.
What happened to the last 90 minutes?
I realized I was getting sucked into Pushing 10 again, and I was just like, I can't. I've got to do stuff. That's one of those movies where it just starts, and I have to watch all of Pushing 10.
You really like that movie?
Oh, that movie's awesome.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I think Jen actually has that. It's one of the few DVDs she owns.
that movie's It's remarkable, that movie. Thank you.
I'm going to look up stuff about that movie.
Okay.
What movie?
Pushington.
That's the one about the air traffic controller.
Yes.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yes. John Cusack.
John Cusack.
And Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
That's right, kind of before she was a big deal.
Yeah.
Or just after. Like, didn't she win the Oscar right around that
It was
time?
right around that time where it was just like, oh, she's still kind of country. She wasn't royalty yet.
Right.
Because she's full-blown Jodie Fostering in this movie. She's just, Dr. Lecter. I mean, she's just got that whole, Southern accent thing going, so. What does he want? He covets. What does he covet? He covets he knew her. Why do I remember the stupidest Jodie Foster lines?
Directed by Mike Newell. I didn't realize how many movies Mike Newell has done.
Yeah.
It's done a lot.
Yeah.
I forgot he did a Harry Potter movie, too.
Mhm.
That's weird.
Everyone got to
One
do
of
a
them
Harry
I
Potter
didn't
movie.
see.
Wait, what?
I didn't see that one.
How did you know? Which one was it?
I only saw it was he did Goblet of Fire. Actually, I have seen that one. It's all the ones after that I haven't seen.
Oh. I wish I could remember which one I like. I wrote it down at
The
some point.
Quaron one is really good, but visually, as an adaptation of the book, it's fucking horrible. But as a movie, it's probably the most interesting one of the 4 that I saw.
I can never tell them apart, but whichever one is the one where, like, all of a sudden shit gets real.
The very last one.
No, this was like 2 before that, because then there's one in the middle, like, shit got real, and then the next movie is just them going on, like, a scavenger hunt. I was like, what is this shit?
That's the one with the
Shit just got real a second ago. Why aren't you focusing on that?
Half-Blood Prince is the scavenger hunt.
Okay,
one.
yeah, so, like, the one before
So
that.
Order of the Phoenix?
Yes, I think that one's
Which
really
is funny
great.
because from what I recall, that was one of the weaker books to me.
For me, it was like, okay, all the kid hijinks has stopped, and all of a sudden shit got
Well,
real.
shit got real in the one before because Twilight died.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Doctor Who
Yeah.
was in that one,
See,
too.
that, and
Yeah,
that,
he was.
That was their biggest flaw with
I
that
just
whole
saw that one,
series
actually.
was not splitting that one into 2 movies.
Yeah.
Because that one was perfect. That book was perfect to be split into 2 movies, and they didn't split that one up. They split the last book up where the first half is just them sitting in a tent arguing.
yeah.
And it was like, how do you make a fucking movie out of that? Like, why are you splitting? I understand you put all this crazy action into the second one, but...
And which one did Newell do?
Goblet of Fire.
And which one is that?
That's the
That's the
one
one where
with
Twilight
the with.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one was all right. They're all okay. I mean, the only one I actively dislike is the one where it's just like, wee, scavenger hunt. It's just like, hey, focus on the thing here.
The first one's iffy.
They're all okay.
The second one's better than the first
They all have
First one, the
moments.
second one's really good.
Didn't the one with the scavenger hunt, wasn't the book also just the scavenger hunt?
Well, it's a lot of... It's basically like, let's fill in Voldemort's backstory.
Oh.
The whole book. But yeah, it involves all the scavenger hunt stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just marathoning them, you know, like, and just was like, oh, okay, these movies are starting now. Great. And then we put the next one, and I was like, what happened to the movies doing things and happening and stuff?
Yeah.
And what is this, kissing crap? Stop that. Focus your powers. You evils. Winter is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ned Stark.
You and
class about
Spock
it.
have got to team up and fight Winter.
So,
in your TARDIS.
so, I mean, do you even want to talk about that movie or...
I do. Because
Okay.
I have one specific thing to say about it.
Okay. BJ, you got anything to talk about this half?
Not particularly. I saw the.
Well, if you can't remember.
I'm trying to remember which one it was. I saw one of the Harry Potter movies, the one with the Goblet of Fire. Yeah.
Oh, that's one of it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the one where Twilight died.
Wait, so you happen
Yes.
to have...
I
Oh.
went over to a friend's house and it was on.
Oh, okay.
So it was just complete random coincidence that we were both just talking about that movie?
Yeah.
And
Why didn't
happened
you
to have
speak
seen
up?
it?
Like, hey!
I was
As
only,
a matter of fact.
I was only half paying attention, and it's
Oh,
not
alright.
terribly important. I've seen it before,
Yeah.
and
You'll see it again.
I love how the cable networks just will run those. Just like, here's Harry Potter 4. And like, nowhere in the rest of the month are any of the other movies. It's like, what? Why? Who would just tune in? It's just
Sci-Fi
like
or on Thanksgiving weekend was running...
Bond movies.
yeah.
Yeah.
I caught Die Another Day, the second
Dude.
half.
I walked in the grocery store today, and Nobody Does It Better was playing on the music, like loud enough for me to like be singing along while I'm walking through the aisle.
Nice.
Nice. I was like, that's fucking awesome. It's like that got me pumped.
Yeah, I finished off Orange is the New Black, and I'm back to finishing off season 3 of Walking Dead.
Okay.
So
I saw 2 movies. Well, 3, but one I just talked about. So I'm not
I
going to talk about it again.
saw one.
All right.
I
So
saw
Mine's the newest one.
2
probably.
brand new. Well, I mean, new. Well, one 2012, one 2013.
Mine I saw in the theater.
Well,
so.
it's
all
newer.
right.
Yes.
So you first, you second, and then maybe I'll talk about my 15-minute movie.
You saw a 15-minute movie?
It's kind of.
Ooh, are you going to announce something?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not here.
You're not going to talk about it?
What?
Your movie series.
Oh no.
Jan-
You guys are always the ones talking about that. I'm not. I don't want to talk about it.
Why not?
Because I don't feel like I should sit here and promote some bullshit.
It's your...
If we had shit to
Bullshit,
promote,
yeah.
we'd be promote the hell out
I
of
talk
it.
about it during the break.
Yeah, buy
That's
my
good.
book.
Yeah, but
If I had a book,
buy my book.
Yeah, buy our book.
Yeah.
BMFcast.com, the book.
put online free like newspapers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Those
and then,
things from
and
the
then
20th
smack
century.
me in the nose with it.
Yeah.
You just hit me with.
I would
the
print out our
Bamcast
website just to hit you in the face with it.
Great. That'd be fantastic. I would love that. Feel like I finally belong.
We got to do some more episodes.
Yeah,
a few
'cause
more
we-
episodes before I do that.
Oh,
we have-
you're nice and thick.
Yeah.
Because the way it looks, we got 5 emails and 1 voicemail.
Do
Okay.
it on some
Like I said,
letter
my
bonded-
15-minute thing is quick. so.
Okay. All right, if you guys are ready.
Yep.
What are you pointing at me for?
I'm just saying, someone make a clappy noise. All right, welcome back.
Hey,
Bamcast.
Bamcast.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, that's good.
Egon.
Yes.
So, second half.
Let's talk about some movies.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maggie, you're up first.
I saw Hunger Games Catching Fire.
And that's
Yeah.
a real in theaters movie.
It is.
I hear the kids like it.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah,
There's-
that movie is more well made than the first one. But the more I think about it, the more at least those 2 movies are well made bullshit.
How so?
Like, it just the first half of that movie's really good, like really good, and there's actually subtext to it as far as like the nature of celebrity and like a lot of things going on. But it sets up a whole bunch of stuff that it promptly discards once they actually get to the arena in the second half, and then it becomes very much a retread of the second half of the first movie, and then it ends incredibly abruptly with a cliffhanger.
Boo.
And it also negates a lot of behavior from earlier in the movie by how they do that.
I stopped at the books at the second one, and I seem to remember it just being like, cliffhanger. And
Yep.
yeah. Because
And-
like I immediately started reading the third, and I was just like, I don't care anymore.
yeah.
How many of these are there going to be?
Well, there's 3 books.
There are 3
Three
books, but they're making the last movie 2 parts.
Of course they are.
Ah, God damn
Because
it.
that's all you do now.
Yep.
Is that you got a last book, you make an
Hey,
extra movie.
that's a
so-
300-page book. Let's make it 3 fucking movies. Woo! Smaug.
The deal is they just... Smaug.
Smaug.
I'm Benedict
Yeah,
Cumbersmaug.
I mean, it,
Ben a Dragon Cumbersmaug.
yes.
but
Okay,
what's
Catching Fire.
crazy about those movies is like both of them I can kind of recommend, though I'm very frustrated by them, and I'm frustrated by what has to be the adaptations of them because I haven't read the books, but I can see the seams of where, okay, we kind of had to get that in there, but we kind of can't flesh it out the way it was in the book, so it just had to go. So, I mean, like a lot of the stuff, like we're early on, and it's been in all the commercials, is where they're like, oh, we have to turn the public against Katniss and have everyone hate her. And then basically nothing comes of that. Literally nothing comes of that over the course of the movie. It's just suddenly it's the Hunger Games and everyone loves her.
I was gonna say it seemed like the point of the trailer.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh.
It's a lot of the early stuff, but it's early conversations, but they never get around to showing that stuff happening if it even does. And the thing I didn't like about the Hunger Games part of the actual like the fighting that they do in the arena thing is in the first one it was very much presented as this is a reality show, there's coverage, there's everyone's talking about it, there's stuff. Once they go in, they do not cut away ever. Or I think if they do, it's like to the people that are actually running it, not to the general public and people watching and that sort of stuff, which to me was the more interesting part of
Right.
handling that arena stuff. You know, 'cause
I saw the first one as like a little bit of an introspection on the world of like why are we watching some of the things that we watch, and like you're just hey entertainment, kids dying, like that kind of just like I mean it was like look at the people in this world, like we're not far off from getting to this point.
Yeah, and the second one does like I was saying, the nature of celebrity and how you can be the same person, but the media can turn everyone against you very easily, and that sort of stuff. Like that's kind of interesting. And it's also interesting that basically the conceit of the second half is all the people that are going into the Hunger Games are like, fuck you guys, I'm not supposed to be here. And they don't pretend, they don't make any bones about it.
Yeah.
They're like, no, fuck you, I don't want to die with the shit. So that stuff is kind of interesting, but then once they get in, it kind of doesn't matter anymore.
I assume that, remember the second Hunger Games being extremely abbreviated in the book. It was just like, yeah, we've done this before. Fucking da-da-da, here's your points.
I think they
go.
flesh it out more, but
Probably,
it's not as good
the
as it was in
well,
the
it's
first
probably
one.
the exciting
Well,
part
yeah, you have
from
to
the
have
movie.
stuff
That's what's
happening.
but that's what's just so bizarre about those movies to me. The first one, I couldn't give a shit about the first half of that movie, and then once they got in the arena, I was like, okay, this movie's good. I'm enjoying this. This one was the exact opposite. Like everything outside of it was really good, and it would be like it was actually felt like it had depth, but then all of a sudden it would remind you that it was a young adult book.
Yeah.
Because there would just be like terrible lines like that are just straight from the book.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we'll always have love as long as we have hope. Just shit like that where it's just like, oh, that is the most generic fucking thing I've ever heard. They do a lot of that. The problem is it's sandwiched between stuff that's really good and really well written, and then maybe that stuff feels worse because it's following stuff that's good. But
Probably. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with slickly made bullshit. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of slickly made
I think
bullshit.
I think there's just a lot of wasted potential so far in both movies, where there is actual good subtext that could be explored, and you can still have an exciting, fun movie.
I don't know with the tolerance people have now for expanding shit out. Hobbit, for example. Everyone on the internet was like, "That's bullshit," but it's still making a metric fuck ton of money. So it's like, I think you can split these movies out to a point where you can just make a whole ton of them.
The first one made a lot of money. I think a lot of people are already kind of like, no.
I don't know. I remember the first one coming out and everyone was just like, "No, fuck that," and then
I
it
think
made
it's-
$1 billion.
I think
I think people are more like, okay, I have to see what they did. I think a lot of fans have been like, no, that first one.
So
was
this will be
shit.
like the Star Wars prequels, where it's just like diminishing returns.
I have a feeling it might
Okay.
be because the first one was
could be.
boring as shit, and
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe Dragon. Will,
This one has Smaug.
yeah, has some out.
Yeah, but I'm still interested in that world and those characters, in spite of myself. I think I like Katniss the least of all the characters in the book
Yeah.
thing, and I don't understand why. It's a very weird. It's kind of like the Kristen Stewart Twilight thing, where it's like, oh, she's this, she's the center of attention and the focus, and it's like you're not that interesting, and you're actually kind of unlikable. So I don't like. Just because you say the world is in love with her and everyone wants to be, everyone looks up to her and all this, but
They're forcing the character on you.
yeah.
Well, that's what the. If you look at the way actual celebrities are, like they're generally kind of fucking boring. There's nothing super special about a lot of them, but people love them because that's what the media is grooming people for. Is like it. They're presenting these people in a way that is generic enough for us to slightly associate with them, and then they're on TV all the time, so we love them. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
I understand that part of it, but this is the main character of your piece.
I mean, I walked by Inside Edition or some shit yesterday, and they were doing a thing like,
you just walked by. You were
yeah,
there
it was
in
in
the studio.
Yeah, it was on in a room, and I walked by it, and it was just like the Victoria's Secret models eating cake, and it's just like, ooh, they're just like us. It's like, come on, for fuck's
The
sake.
Just Like Us stuff is the absolute worst. That's just
They eat cake too.
fucking vile.
What? They like cake?
No
But yeah, it's
way.
that whole thing is weird because it's a much better made movie, and but it's not as good a movie.
See, like the Twilight movies are bullshit and they're made like bullshit.
Yeah.
There's nothing good. There's nothing you can point to in those and go, yeah, that was all right. No, it's all hot bullshit. So
But yeah, I think about this and you had I think they actually spoke to Cronenberg about directing this, which is fucking bizarre.
yes,
Like-
because he would have made it squishy and weird.
Yeah.
Did they just talk to him about making second parts? Because didn't they talk about him about Empire Strikes Back or the third one? Didn't they talk to Cronenberg about making one of them?
I think
Star
so.
Wars?
Way back
Well,
when.
Well, I know they talked about David Lynch.
Yeah, Lynch
doing,
was supposed to Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Which
And he was
Jesus.
like, "No, I'm doing Dune."
Yeah.
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 Which is
I don't know what these Ewok things are.
because I did not want to see David Lynch's Rancor.
But
Just be a big vagina.
But either
Yeah,
way,
just-
it just feels like it just feels like if we had somebody that was more accomplished,
Yeah.
they could have done a lot more with the stuff that they're given,
Yep.
instead of just dropping it by the end of the movie.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it was kind of disappointing, but I'll end up seeing the other ones because that world is really interesting to me.
Well, then there you go.
So,
I don't know if I want to commit to 2 more movies after this.
See,
mentally.
I always said when they're all done, I'll watch them. That's what I do with this. I don't like to get caught up in this. I have to see the next chapter.
I didn't think the first one was good enough for me to go, oh, I got to go to the theater and
Yeah.
see this next one.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
DVD.
So,
Yeah, DVD. You got a Blu-ray player now. Get a Blu-ray.
Nah,
Okay.
all right.
I want it upscaled. I like that look.
So should I do the older movie first or the newer movie first?
Do the older movie first.
Okay. I have less to say about it, so maybe that's
Okay.
better.
Awesome.
So yeah, I watched 2 movies. I'll talk about the older, slightly older of the 2 first. I finally got around to watching Zero Dark 30.
Oh yeah.
The
that's a
Best
movie.
Picture from 2012.
Yeah. How is that?
It's really good. I was a little disappointed because I kind of knew how it was going to end.
Sure.
But no, no. I mean, it's an odd but very interesting and compelling movie. Because 3/4 of it is like a very quick little glimpses in a very long time span of someone just doing investigation and all the kind of spycraft stuff that goes into tracking people and finding out, following leads, and I mean it shows you the dark and gritty interrogation scenes type things. And it's kind of strange because you're just kind of watching the character that's an amalgamation of the actual person, because the Jessica Chastain character is not at all. I think it was a guy who
Right.
was in it, but whatever. I guess they were like, she's prettier. But yeah, but I mean,
Probably.
it's interesting because it's like you kind of watch her start in this. I don't agree with everything that's going on until it becomes kind of like an obsession, and it's like that's the only thing she's doing for the CIA is trying to hunt down Bin Laden. And so it's like interesting to kind of watch her character get more hardened over the course of this time that happens. And then like the last part is just like the most badass military, like, watching SEAL Team 6 go and do the raid and everything. And it's like a very strange dynamic in the movie, because like all of a sudden for like the last quarter of the movie, it's just like, we kind of don't care about you anymore. Your job's done, and now watch badass military stuff. But just the cast of characters that shows up along the way kind of like makes this movie extremely interesting. Because the late James Gandolfini shows up, and I mean, lots of people, and like lots of there's a guy that was from the League showed up in a very small role, and like John Barrowman was in it.
That's right. I remember.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it's like all these people show up, and you're like, hey, I'll do a Catherine Bigelow movie, I guess. Yeah, and it's good. It's strange because I hate to say it, but I feel like it's a little bit of that like current event thing garners Best Picture, because I don't know that I saw anything better in 2012. I might have argued something else, but it didn't feel.
Fast 5.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I can't clearly say this was a better movie and it should have won over this. And this isn't to say that it's a bad movie. It's just it doesn't have that spark that you usually get when you see something that's like a Best Picture, and it's like, well, okay, I see what you saw about this, and yes, I agree.
Right.
And this didn't feel that cohesive enough to say obvious Best Picture and something I will look back 10 years from now and go, yeah, that movie. Because like I think The Hurt Locker was way better. I mean, The Hurt Locker is a very solid movie and will hold the test of time. This feels a little too current eventy. That like not to say that the event will never not hold weight. It's just like the movie feels like a little bit of a cash in on current events.
Well, those do have a shelf life.
Yeah, and not like, okay, this is going to stand the test of time type of movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting enough, and I mean the military stuff at the end was really awesome to watch that happen, and also just like the fact that like you see how they roll up with all the gear and stuff they have, and we're like, Jesus Christ, like nobody stands a chance when these guys roll in. I mean, like the fucking crazy ass night vision and everything that they have. It's just like they're rolling in these stealth helicopters and everything. I'm like, we can fucking invade anyone we wanted to. Like, no one would stand a chance.
Yeah.
We already have.
America.
But anyway, yeah, so it gives you that
We
patriotism
even
boner.
invaded America.
Uh-oh.
But,
That's the tagline for my new movie.
Oh,
we
okay.
invaded America.
so,
Invasion USA.
Yeah.
It's a sequel to We Bought a Zoo.
oh,
Wow.
Spiritual
You
sequel.
go in
Sure.
a total different direction there.
so I was kind of on a action movie violence kick this weekend.
Hey.
Yeah.
So I decided the next movie I watched is 2013 spiritual sequel to 50 Cent's, or the BMFcast own 50 Cent's Gun.
Oh,
I watched Two Guns.
Oh,
I get it.
Yeah.
Does that also feature Fitty?
No, it has Denzel Washington and Marky Mark in it.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
a start.
It's a pretty good start.
Yeah.
And Edward James Olmos.
Yeah, it's got Edward James Olmos and
Almost.
Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
Almost. I said almost.
Bill Paxton almost.
Yes.
It almost has Bill Paxton, and it has Edward James.
But it's also got James Marston and Fred Ward in it.
James Marston.
Fred Ward in a small role, but still Fred Ward.
Ward.
Yeah.
Man.
This
Are you
movie.
avenging your? Are you trying to rescue your family as
Am
a
I
cowboy?
What? Huh? What? Who? What?
Never mind.
You lost me there for a second.
No, Marston.
Oh, Marsden. James Marsden.
I know,
Cyclops
it's-
from. Actually, yeah, gotcha.
Continue on. Bad joke. Don't listen.
This movie visually was really cool. It took me about half the movie to figure out what the hell was going on, though. Like, 'cause it's one of those let's mess with timeline type thing.
Oh.
And like for a second, it doesn't do one of those. I think there's like one title card that comes up and goes 14 hours earlier, and then like everything else is like, what is happening? And what is the motivation here? It's not to say it's bad. It just feels empty. Like I think I kind of liked it, but I didn't love it at all. It's just kind of like one of those heisty kind of movies where everyone's backstabbing everybody, and you're trying to figure out what anybody's motivation is. And I guess it's like the moral of the movie is like you screw over enough people, they're all going to be after you eventually, and it will probably culminate in some kind of big crazy showdown at the end, so type of thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting enough, and I mean, I'll watch just about anything with Denzel. I mean, he can elevate any movie. But I think if you'd taken just about anybody else and put him up against Marky Mark, the movie would have felt really dumb, like extremely dumb. Because like I mean, now I can't even remember what it was called. The one with him and box office poison. I almost said Ryan Gosling. He's the good one. The other guy. Everybody who keeps putting him in
Ryan
movies.
Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds. Yes, like that one.
I don't even know what that is. What are you
The
talking
Ryan
about?
Reynolds Denzel Washington movie. The hell was that called? Where it was like he was the Safe House. He elevated the
God,
he elevated the
I don't
shit
even
out.
remember that.
He
Wow.
that is a fun little movie
Oh.
because of Denzel Washington. I mean, he can elevate any movie and make it better. It just
I agree with that. Denzel in a movie is just like I will watch that
Yes,
because Denzel's awesome.
exactly, and that's kind of how this movie is. It's like he almost makes it worth watching to say like you should watch this movie.
Yeah.
But
I've seen some terrible Denzel movies that he made tolerable.
yeah, like Safe House is that way. I would recommend that over this actually.
Oh, okay.
I think that is a little more clear what's happening in that movie. This is
Beneficial.
all right. I guess if you're just kind of bored, you want to see another Denzel movie. Marky
Yeah.
Mark's not terrible in it. He's got a couple funny bits he does.
Box quote. Marky Mark's not terrible.
Yeah, you know I'm not a fan. I already said this in the past.
I know. I think he's coming into his own.
Mm-hmm.
I really think, especially like with Pain and Gain, I'm on board the Marky Mark train.
Oh,
at this point.
and he's still kind of got. He's still
Oh, he's still bulked?
pretty friggin' buff in this
Okay.
movie. It's obvious, probably filmed around the same time.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, he's just a guy that has to be used correctly.
Yeah.
And Bill Paxton, like when he first walks on, I'm like, oh fuck yes, Bill Paxton in this movie.
Yeah.
And then it's like they just like they give him this great fucking intro, and then it's just like he just gets watered down as the movie goes on because like they set him up to just be like this guy is like holy shit, Bill Paxton in this movie, and then by the end it's just like Bill Paxton.
No.
No, Bill Paxton.
Aw.
Game
So,
over.
That should
It's-
never be your Bill Paxton
Yeah.
response.
It's unfortunate, but
No,
yeah.
it shouldn't.
I
Absolutely.
don't know. The movie's it's a little muddy, but it's apparently it's based on another movie based on a weird, obscure graphic novel, sort of thing.
I thought I remember seeing that in the trailer, and I was just like, really? This is a
Yeah.
graphic novel? Okay, well, I guess,
It's very
anything
graphic.
these
I know.
days. I almost got roped into one of my my trap movies, which whenever it comes on TV, I end up sitting there and watching the whole damn thing, which is Pushing 10.
Really,
Yeah.
really.
Oh, Pushing 10 is amazing. Fucking loved that movie. And I got 15 minutes into it and I was just like, no, can't get into it. This movie's too good and I've got too much to do. But I will say that movie features a loose cannon in the first 15 minutes. So that gets a BAMcast recommendation right there. That's the only reason I wanted to mention it.
Loose cannon?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
John Cusack calls Billy Bob Thornton a loose cannon to their boss. He's just like, I don't want that guy on my team. He's a loose cannon.
I like it.
I'm like, hell yeah. I didn't even know that was in this movie. This movie just got even better. I adore that movie.
Will you
That's
go
all you
on
have to say
adoring
about it?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it a million times.
Okay.
I can quote that movie
Man.
Do it
backwards and
right now.
forwards.
I think
got an hour.
I think I saw it in the theater and I didn't like it at all. It didn't hit me, but I've never tried it again.
You got to watch it again.
Okay.
I remember seeing it and not really caring for it. There's something about...
There is a fascinating subtext in that movie, which is the fact that Billy Bob Thornton does nothing to John Cusack in that entire movie. The entire feud between those two characters is all on John Cusack. John Cusack is furious at Billy Bob Thornton, thinking that they hate each other. Billy Bob Thornton doesn't do a thing. John Cusack manufactures the entire thing in his head. It's great.
I will have to watch it again then.
Okay.
And I mean, it's not like that's not a reveal or a spoiler or anything. It's just something you pick up by the end of the movie. You realize, wait a minute, Billy Bob Thornton did nothing to him the entire time. At the end of the movie, he's just like, leave me alone.
It's usually the way it goes, man.
Yeah. So I thought it was one of the most realistic, like, workplace, like, new guy comes in and everyone starts shitting on him, and then one guy's like, fuck that guy. And it's just like, why are you hating on that guy? What did that guy do to you? And he's like, I don't like his face. You know, it's
Yeah.
just like, and then it just goes from there. It's great.
All right.
I'll have to watch it again.
Please do. Please.
Maybe.
Okay.
Is it on the streaming services?
It might have been. I caught it on cable, so I'll investigate while we talk about
Very
other
good.
things.
Oh, okay. Did you have anything else, or we got email and voicemail time?
I finished off Orange is the New Black.
Okay.
And
Do you concur? Is it, in fact?
well, no, not everybody can pull off Orange like they
Okay.
can pull off Black. There's one thing that I don't like about it, and I've been trying to kind of figure it out in my head. I've never been to women's prison, so I don't know exactly what goes on there, but it seems
A bold
I'm
statement.
going to go out on a limb and say you probably never will be, unless you work there.
Maybe you never know. You never know what will happen in life, but
This is true.
it seems to be trying to portray itself as somewhat realistic, and it just feels like people wouldn't actually do some of these things. However, I've never been to women's prison, so I don't know. It could be really that bad, and it's actually based on a real life experience, but I don't know how exaggerated it is, and I'm kind of trying to reconcile that in my head. Having said that, I'm actually really enjoying, I really enjoyed it, and lost my train of thought there. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next season, whenever or however that happens. They left it on a bit of a cliffhanger, and it's one of those where I kind of want to see how you keep getting yourself out of these really shitty situations that you keep putting yourself into, or you being the main character in this instance. But there are all these like super unlikely scenarios that somehow she manages to get out of, and I want to see how far they're going to take that, because it just keeps kind of happening. Like, unlikely thing happens, and then unlikely resolution. Unlikely thing, unlikely resolution, and it's at least entertaining to watch.
So how long can they sustain that? Basically?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So, it's at least entertaining in the meantime. So, I'm going to keep watching it. I'm also I picked back up on The Walking Dead. I'm about halfway through season 3, and I still really like The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I think I'm out of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
After this season, this half season.
I think I'm done.
Can you elaborate?
No.
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 Okay.
Is it too emotionally draining?
No, it's not that. We can talk about it off the air. I start to question why I'm watching that show.
I got you.
Don't ever read the comics then.
No, I know. After reading the comparison to the last episode with what happened in the comic, I'm like, Jesus,
Yeah.
what the hell is turning pages on this and going like, yes, what happens next?
Yeah,
So-
because the point they've reached in the show is the point I reached in the comics where I pretty much gave it up.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I can't go any further. There's no point in it. I don't dislike it. I just can't. I don't know. We'll see come February.
Well, yeah, I think the point of that show is nobody gets a happy ending. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And mid-season finales are bullshit.
this wasn't.
yeah, I agree.
No,
with
I
that.
mean, I mean the concept of
No,
it.
I know,
like
I know.
The whole splitting up the season
Yeah,
thing.
thanks Sopranos,
Just for
assholes.
ratings or whatever. I don't know.
Well, it used to be shows just took a break in December.
Yeah,
They took a Christmas break. It wasn't like, okay, wait for part 2.
yeah, I know.
A year from now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Sopranos did that shit. They're the reason we have all this bullshit now.
Yeah,
Oh well, I just watch it when it comes out on Netflix.
No, I know. That's a good way to
it's
do
the
it.
best way to do it.
Yeah.
All right, I think we have some emails,
We do.
We do.
possibly a voicemail.
We have one.
We do have one.
Exciting.
Emails. First one up is from Pierre.
Pierre.
Who says Van Damme quote unquote political thriller. Hey guys, love the No Retreat No Surrender episode.
Yeah,
Wait, what was that? Pop?
Why don't you start that
Why
again?
don't you start quote unquote again?
Trust us.
I'm pretty sure we all heard that.
All right.
Yeah, we'll just tell you what he said. I'm pretty sure he said quote unquote uncunt.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Van Damme quote unquote political thriller. Hey guys, love the No Retreat No Surrender episode, and it reminded me of another Van Damme classic. A few months ago, I picked up a copy of a movie called Second in Command, starring the beloved Muscles from Brussels. It looked relatively new, and coming off his big screen debut or big screen return in The Expendables 2, I decided, what the hell, why not, and bought it for $3.99. This should have been my first clue this was going to end poorly. On the cover, it advertised itself as an explosive political thrill ride. This should have been my second clue this was going to end poorly. Upon taking the disc out, I know the movie was from 2006, back when Van Damme was doing a direct-to-DVD film every few months. This was the oh crap moment, but in true BMF fan fashion, I powered through. The loose plot has Van Damme playing an ex-Navy SEAL. Don't they all eventually play an ex-Navy SEAL?
How is he a Navy SEAL?
Just go with it, Chuck. It has Van Damme playing an ex-Navy SEAL who has recently, like steps off the plane in the opening sequence recently, arrived in an old Eastern Bloc country, Moldova or something, to act as a security chief at the local American embassy. Civil war breaks out. A rocket hits the embassy, killing the ambassador, and for some reason, our boy Van Damme is now in charge. Second in command after a few hours in country. That's a pretty sweet gig, huh? From there, it becomes a standard siege movie where Van Damme leads the small unit of Marines stationed at the embassy in a mission to survive/rescue his reporter girlfriend from the Civil War outside.
God, I've seen this.
I think you guys would like it. It's a solid jocks movie. Also worth noting, shitty CGI and the fact that Van Damme hid his accent pretty well in this one. Probably because he was sleepwalking through the entire thing. Seriously. Keep up the great work, Pierre.
Saw that.
You've seen that?
Yeah. I didn't recognize it until he started describing the plot, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Second in command.
He's right. Yeah, that's in the every 3 months there's a new Jean-Claude in Bulgaria movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a rough stretch before JCVD.
Yeah.
Which is great because that basically references him making those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like he's making one in that movie.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's good for him to do.
And now he does Volvo commercials.
Hey, he gets to do them splits.
Yep.
That was a cool Volvo commercial.
It was. Next up, from Yuri.
Hey, Jerry.
Jerry Yuri says, no retreat, no surrender. Ouch. Well, the three amigos there were generous to it. I should have anti-recommended that one when I brought up your lack of Van Damme a few emails ago. But you know what's a good Van Damme movie? Like a good movie and not a good bad movie?
Go on.
Wake of Death from 2004. Harlow likes those Luc Besson-style action movies, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that Euro action. He would like that movie. Watch it for second half discussion, Harlow, and then agree with me that it's one of the best thrillers of the new millennium and recommend it to the rest of the cast.
What happened to the old millennium?
Oh, it's the new one.
Started
man.
over.
Oh, yeah.
We're here. We're deep in it now, man.
Yep.
Yep.
Then here are a few good bad movies for BMFcast, because what's better than late recommendations? Sudden Death. Yeah, Mackie was right. That one's the shit. So is Hard Target. John Woo directing Lance Henriksen. Magic. Bloodsport. Sure. Kickboxer. Not the earlier DTV ones, as those might be his best for real. And no Time Cop. That one takes itself too seriously.
Time Cop's awesome.
Thinks it's smart. Would not make for a great show. Not even for the water cooler action.
Ooh.
I'm going to learn to keep these short, so I'm ending this now. Bing, bing, ding-a-ling. Pope John Cleese II. Thanks, Yuri.
What?
Apparently, Yuri is the fox.
Okay.
The Year of the Fox?
Yes, the Yuri of the fox.
Yeah, there's a lot of good Van Damme. We'll have to
Oh yeah.
get to more of those.
We're gonna have to
We
live
do
to
need
like
to get him back in
600
the-
to get all these movies in.
I know, but we really need to get more of his actual good catalog in. Because we've only seen 2 basically shitty ones.
I didn't want to waste one while you weren't here,
Yeah, I agree.
so
I'm cool with it.
we got a shitty one out of the way, which wasn't
Yeah.
that bad. It had its moments.
I'm glad you
It
guys
did.
enjoyed it. I just heard that he was barely in it.
Yes.
He just
Yeah.
bookends it.
Yeah.
But man, when he shows up,
Well, you showed me the animated GIF of him doing the splits on the ropes.
crossing his arms, just like
Pretty
deal with it.
awesome. Got a voicemail.
We do? Shall I play it?
Yeah, go for it.
Play that some bitch.
Break up these emails.
Hey, BMFcast, it's Josh from Corpus Christi. I got a few things to fire off, so I'm going to do them in rapid succession because I know how you like it. Firstly, I can't believe everybody passed up the opportunity to refer to Thanksploitation as a time to carve up that jive turkey. That's a real missed opportunity. Secondly, I heard with all the Paul Walker talk, I was a little upset that nobody mentioned the movie Running Scared from 2006. Definitely not a bad movie, but a bad-ass movie. Just, oh god, a mind-blowing movie, an exceptional performance from Paul Walker himself. Absolutely unmissable. And thirdly, if that's the whole Doctor Who fandom thing, that's actually the reason I've never gotten into the show, because Doctor Who fans are as bad as those potheads in high school that turn everything into a bong. The thing that broke me the other day, even though I'm not a huge Zelda fan, is that I saw one where Link from Legend of Zelda was dressed up as the Doctor, coming out of a TARDIS, and it said the hero of time and space. And I just fucking broke it. So, congratulations to you guys for having the ability to look past that shit, because it's just too damn much for me. Anyway, keep rocking, guys. Crash and burn. That's all.
All right.
Yeah, Running Scared was considered for the last episode. It was recommended by not just you, but a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, I think.
And that apparently, like, if everyone that likes the same stuff we do is to be believed, that movie's awesome, and we all need to be watching it at some point.
Yeah, I think our problem with it was just that it
was a little over 2 hours.
It's over 2 hours, and a lot of people consider it good.
Yeah,
not
which is
good,
weird because like
bad.
the Metacritic and the Rotten Tomatoes are terrible on it.
Yeah.
But everybody like who actually knows action movies is like, yeah, you need to. Running Scared is by far his best movie.
Yeah.
So,
And
but
look-
yeah, but believe us, it was under consideration.
Yeah. But look, here's the thing about Doctor Who. It is a thing that a lot of people like, and some people take it a bit too far and are a bit obsessive about it. However, I still think the modern era version of the show is a quality television show. It's not something you have to get obsessive about. It's something that you can watch like Battlestar Galactica or Lost or something like that and say, you know what? That is better than a lot of the other stuff on television.
Agreed. It's
You can tune out a lot of the fandom stuff. I mean, you know.
but I understand that sort of like, oh God, Doctor, I just don't even want to see it sort of thing, because that happens to me with a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Why do you think I haven't watched Firefly yet?
Because you hate yourself.
No. 'Cause I'm sick of hearing about
I
it.
haven't seen it either. Not because I'm sick of hearing it. I'm just
And
waiting.
it can't possibly live up to how good everyone has told me it is.
Yeah. well,
No
That is
possible way.
that is a problem, and it'll be a while before we can get far enough removed for that to kind of calm down in your mind.
Yeah.
But it is a pretty fucking good TV show. I mean, Doctor Who is a pretty fucking good TV show.
Yeah.
Firefly, pretty fucking good TV show.
Yeah. I mean, if you like science fiction, there's not a lot of quality science fiction to watch. So if that's your thing, don't avoid it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I think we go through dearths of quality sci-fi fantasy type thing. So when something good comes along, people lose their shit about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to. I mean, there are good moments, and I can understand why some people like it. But I mean, let's face it. There was like 10 years of Stargate, and it's all right.
I was just about to say,
it's
like,
extremely B-grade sci-fi.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's entertaining enough. If that's your poison, and like you're like, I'll just take anything that's even remotely decent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why people like go on crazy things about Farscape or whatever. And it's like none of these were like spectacular. It's just like, holy shit, this is a little bit better than all the other shit they pumped out.
Babylon 5. That was a thing that ran a while because there was sort of a void, really. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
I've watched some of it. It's not that great.
Well, the first season's pretty fucking terrible because
Well,
it
that's
was
as far
like
as
shot in a backyard.
Yeah,
with
that's
a video
as far-
toaster.
Well, that's as far as I got. I was just
Seriously,
like,
that
good
first
lord.
season was like extremely like
yeah,
shot like literally in shitty little studios with,
Yeah.
with a video toaster and a Amiga
Okay.
video toaster.
because I'm like, I like Bruce Boxleitner, but this show is bad.
Had no budget.
yeah. So
Hey, how about that Sequest?
Ah, that dolphin talked, yo.
Yeah. that was some science fiction.
Can't trust the dolphin, man.
Nah,
Especially a talking one.
Shadow
All right.
was on that show.
Next email up is from Amanda,
Hi.
who the title is "Oh for sure."
Oh yeah,
He
for
says,
sure.
"Oh, how you doing there?
Oh no.
Greetings from Mini Canada, aka Northern Minnesota."
Oh.
Hey,
Hey.
my family lives up there. In regards to theme months, I'm a fantasy artist and an RPG freak. You guys have touched on some awesome barbarian fantasy stuff before, but have you considered doing Fantasy February? Red Sonja is an awful movie, and the D&D movie from 2000 is hilariously bad. Like, really, really awful fun bad. Yeah, it's self-serving, but I thought it's worth inquiring about. Also, Skullduggery. Have you guys done Skullduggery? Because if you haven't, please look it up. It's hard to find. I have it on VHS, and I'm not sure it's ever been released on DVD, but it is such a steaming pile of weird crap, it's worth watching, even if it's not for the show. As an aside, have you guys thought about doing one or all of the Witchcraft movies?
Oh,
I know you guys are
fuck.
more about actiony things, but they're pretty choice, especially Witchcraft 2. Thanks, guys. Keep up the awesome, Amanda. Chuck can talk to you about the Witchcraft movies.
Oh my god. I'd put that out of my head until you said that. Jesus.
How many of them are there?
13.
13, and you watched all of them
All
for your 31
13
days
of those,
series.
and they are so bad.
She seems to say the second one's pretty choice.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember which ones are which?
Julie Strain was in one of them. I think that was okay because Julie Strain was naked in it.
Yeah.
That's literally all I
What?
can remember.
Shocking.
I know, right?
Yeah. But otherwise, I'm not opposed to a fantasy month, but it can't be February
Nope.
because that's Blaxploitation History
Exactly.
Month,
That was the first thing I thought of.
which
when you
will
said
always
February.
be Blaxploitation History Month, but we can do a fantasy month at some
Until
point.
they shut us down.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done Force Month.
we
We've
did do
done-
Force Month, didn't we?
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was a great month.
Force Month.
Yeah.
These movies have force in the title.
Yeah. Hell, we could have Ninja Month. You know this. You know all of these.
In July.
Yep.
We'll do whatever month we damn well
Animation-
please.
Yeah.
I mean, we got plenty of months.
We're not
but-
doing
but
animation again.
I am.
May is wide
Yeah, I know.
open. Give us a good May pun, and we'll consider it.
Yeah. But yeah, fantasy month. I'm cool with it.
Sure. We
How
love
about we
Deathstalker.
Ooh, how about May we do May Day and it's all like stranded on island movies or something.
Or sinking boat movies.
Sinking boats, crash planes,
Turbulence 2.
trapped on an island.
Ooh.
Turbulence 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're not the witchcraft movies
We-
are never happening.
I need to know more about Skullduggery. Please tell me what movie that is, because I'm seeing a 1970 science fiction movie that
It's about duggering skulls.
that might be. It's
Yeah.
got Burt
Well-
Reynolds in it.
Have you ever duggered a skull?
Excuse me?
It's got Burt Reynolds in it.
We're fucking watching
From
Skullduggery. then.
1970.
Amanda, read us back. Let us know more about Skullduggery.
Yeah.
Because with a
'Cause
name like that,
there's
we're
also
curious.
what looks like a horror movie from 1983. So I don't know which one.
Wow, it's
I assume with talking about the
Skullduggery
fantasy
month?
thing, it sounds like the other one, but
Find 2 more Skullduggeries and we can make a month out of it.
yeah.
Okay.
Skullduggery, aka Warlock, aka Blood Puzzle, is a 1983
Bluzzle.
Canadian horror film.
I totally watched Blood Puzzle.
Puzzle.
Blazuzzle.
Hey, Grandma, let's put together this blood puzzle. No, Billy.
I'm O positive I don't want to.
I need my dialysis machine.
All right. Next up, I'm getting choked up about it. Next one's up from Peter. Says, holiday
Peter.
greetings. Happy Santamas, BMFcast. Once more, I'm Pete from the sleepy west of the woody east, come to bring you holiday cheer. Movie recommendation and a question. Okay, going for broke here. I've been inspired while listening to the BMFcast to track down various bad movie experiences from my past.
Good.
While some have brought me less joy than expected, I've had one that far exceeded all memory of how insane and entertaining the movie really was, and I think might be a contender for a 5 Jocks experience.
Go on.
Hollow Point from 1996. The BMFcast's own Tia Carrere stars as a jaded FBI agent who teams up with Thomas Ian Griffith, a drug-addicted DEA agent, and Donald Sutherland, an aging manic/depressive hitman, to take down Buddhist crime boss John Lithgow in his last pre-Third Rock villain performance. Yes, that sentence was long, but it was worth it. Do I really need to go on?
No, done.
Nope, you
Sold.
don't.
Watching it.
You know
Hollow
what?
Point Tober.
He goes on, and I'm not even going to read it just because I don't want to spoil anymore.
You had me at that cast.
Yeah. I think that we've been sold already.
Yeah.
Man.
Fucking John
All right,
Lithgow.
so moving on to his question.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm probably going long here, but it's good radio. Nah, man, we'll see. What is a bad movie, a Bags movie, that you can still recommend because it is still a good example for future reference? You got half your rating scale from Twilight. Are you on some level glad you watched it so you can have that as your base? Ninja Terminator was a Bags movie, but it gave us the Garfield phone. I, to this day, wish I could scrub my brain with bleach after watching Irreversible, yet I reference it all the time and recognize when Chuck made a reference to it. BJ, would you undo a Serbian film? Or are you happy knowing on some level that nothing will ever hurt you that badly again? Okay, enough of that. Flash and urn, peed out, sent for my Pinkberry portable dessert.
Wow, those are just getting better.
They are.
The bad ones teach us to appreciate the good ones.
Oh, yeah.
They really do. Like when something really comes along like Theodore Rex where we're just like, fuck you, movie. It's like, okay, the next one's going to be better.
And that did give us accidentally Son of a Bitch Dinosaur.
Sure.
So there is that.
On some deep level that I don't like to admit, I'm glad we watched Forbidden Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly, Twilight is bad on every conceivable level, but I think somehow that one felt more painful at the time. Because we were actually talking about that could almost be its own rating, even lower.
Forbidden Zone?
That really angered us at the time.
It caught us. I think it was that perfect storm of wrong night, wrong circumstances, wrong mood, just everything about it. Because there are merits to it. It's just it went for a certain style that just didn't work for us.
Sure.
But that experience was the most pain we've ever had sitting here. I was ranting and raving about Theodore Rex, but Chuck should be glad he was not here for that night because we were just pissed off.
Oh, there's a few I'm glad. I was glad I'm not here for Dumpster Baby and...
Well, that didn't even
Dumpster
count.
Baby, that was
10 minutes, and then we were like, we can't even understand what they're saying.
It was just frustrating.
I know. It was like when we tried to watch that Juggalo movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly think we could still get through the Juggalo movie if we could get ourselves psyched up for it.
We were pretty psyched when we started watching it.
Yeah. I think I kind of think we need to try again at some point.
I think we were dared. I think if there was some sort of dare involved.
Yeah.
I might watch it just because
I don't feel the need to rise to that challenge, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, there's just so much I want to see.
I'm so morbidly curious about it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Just something about those Z-grade movies they just hurt me. Like I can't watch something that looks like that. Movies like that, they actually look like they were filmed and put through some sort of filter so that they look like they came off of a video CD or an interactive CD-ROM. I can't explain it. It's like the entire thing is green screened.
They look like Night Trap.
Yes, they do. they look like a Sega CD game or something, and I can't explain it. It's like it's all HD and obviously newer than that, but it's just there's some kind of filter, and it's like absolutely nothing in this, including the people, looks real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like everything is perfectly lit, and yeah.
I mean, I know we kind of were favorable to both The Room and Birdemic, but I mean, those are two absolutely terrible movies. I mean, we had such a great time. Well, you guys with The Room, and then us with Birdemic, but I mean, obviously, those sort of help you appreciate actual filmmaking because you can when someone gets behind a camera who has no idea what they're doing, and it shows,
Magic happens.
Yeah. It's like just some events come together where it's just
and it's because the normal person would give up and quit.
Yeah,
cut their losses and get out.
Yeah.
But like Tommy Wiseau in no way did that.
Marched right on.
Yeah. And when we first initially watched The Room, we didn't like it. Like we had some fun with certain things, obviously you're tearing me apart and, everyone betrayed me, I'm fed up with this role. All that stuff is great. But like that's the stuff that grew on us. And like the second time when we went to a midnight show, that's when we loved The Room. Mm-hmm. That was when that movie clicked for us. Because if you listen to the episode, we're like, I think we all gave it bags pretty heavily.
Yeah.
I think because we were expecting, we didn't know what to expect. Mm-hmm. But as the movie was going on, we were expecting some blowout finale where he just murders everyone. And just goes nuts. We weren't expecting what happened at the end of that movie. So I was like,
Yeah.
And I think that kind of, when you know what you're in for later on, I think
that movie's about the ride.
better.
It's also like way out of context. that movie is just it is just bad. It's just like, what is this weird bad thing?
It's just strung together a collection of scenes where it's just like, what?
And until you can kind of sit back and mull it around a little bit, and then realize that no, yeah, it's really terrible, but also look at how ridiculous this is. You're never going to see something like this. It's like it's like, I don't know, it's like one of those weird, ugly zoo animals. You're like, ugh, but that's kind of fascinating. Wow, that thing's head is actually up its own ass, and it grew like that. Wow, that is an amazing animal.
What the hell zoos do you go to?
I go to all the zoos. If it says zoo on it, I'm going.
Animals need to plexiotomy. It's weird. It's weird to me, the evolution of like the cult bad movie, because like the things people used to watch religiously, a lot of them aren't really bad. They're odd or unusual, but I think it's like people have stepped up their game as to what they want to consider a bad movie.
Yeah. Well, Asylum.
Well, yeah. I just mean like, for all intents and purposes, the Rocky Horror Picture Show is not a bad movie. It's unusual, especially at the time.
Yeah.
Extremely unusual,
Yeah.
but like
It's not bad.
Well, it wasn't. I don't believe it was received very well either.
Because
it
at the
wasn't
time it
received
was
well.
like, what is this?
Well,
And that's
what,
not-
73 is when they came out? I mean,
74,
yeah, I mean,
75,
like,
yeah.
transvestites and things like that. It was
Sure.
like, people were like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
Well,
and
and
I don't think that's necessarily an example of a cult bad movie. That's just
most people would point to that as like, that's
I just think
the
that that's
crazy
a-
movies people go to the midnight shows and it's bad.
Well, that's
bad.
just a cult classic. To me, it's a cult classic. It's not necessarily bad. It's just something that is odd and
But people,
subculture.
Yeah, it was crazy back then because we don't have the access to crazy that we do now.
yeah,
Right.
Like, you can go on the internet and find ridiculous stuff. You can go on YouTube right now and find a billion ridiculous
Yeah,
things.
I was gonna say I can find
whereas you couldn't back then.
any of those, like I said, consider the Z grade things. You could point to any one of those, and it's the worst thing you've ever seen. Like that movie, the Vamp thing that Chuck tried to watch. That kind of thing exists in
Oh,
spades.
Vampageddon.
Yeah, I mean, like that
Wow.
that kind of bullshit movie.
Oh, yeah.
There are thousands of them.
yeah,
Yes.
but like Plan 9 didn't, like you think about that, the really old
Yeah.
bad stuff.
Well,
Well, I
the,
mean,
the
the
thing
plan-
is about Plan 9, it's shot on film.
Mm-hmm.
They had sets, people in it who were purportedly actors. I mean, it's shocking to see something on film that is that bad, because everything else was on film also, so it all looked the same. So when you have the visual equality of something, but the product itself is terrible, that's what made that jarring. Whereas now, people are shooting on 8mm camcorders and then transferring it to film, and that looks like garbage.
yeah.
And they're like, watch my movie. And I'm like, no.
I'm good.
No. No.
Yeah.
I can see the ketchup. You're using ketchup for blood. No.
Yeah.
You're using the cheap shit too.
Yeah,
it's
ketchup.
grainy. It's not even fancy ketchup.
No.
And finally, regarding a Serbian film, I wish I could remove those images from my head.
Yeah, I wish I could remove you talking about those images.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I don't want to forget that I have seen it.
In case
you don't want to
wanna watch
remember it.
again.
You just want to forget that you have seen it. Like, you've had the experience of watching it. You just don't want to remember what it was that you saw.
You'd rather it be
Precisely.
like all the films I saw in college where I'm like, I was really drunk and I think I saw that. I know I've watched that. I couldn't tell you anything about it. But I know
would
I've
ask
seen
you,
that.
But then
yes,
someday
I've
you
seen
might
that.
get curious to see what that
Oh,
was.
no.
Yeah.
I just want to remember
The good
that
times.
I just want to remember that there is just some dark fucking horror shit out there, and I'm not even horror movie
No, I
necessarily, but like
No.
there's some dark fucking horror out there.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I don't live in it.
Yeah. I would like to remove the career of Lars von Trier from my brain.
You're gonna get
gone
some,
too far.
You're gonna get some letters.
All right. Last thing.
Yep.
Godzilla trailer.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sweet, huh?
Oh, it's pretty good.
I haven't
didn't
seen
see
Have
it.
you watched it yet?
You guys should go watch
No.
it.
You guys need to watch it. It is probably one of the best teasers that has come out in years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
we have
one,
to watch that right
unfortunately,
now, I
that
guess.
like,
Yeah, we should get out of here and watch the Godzilla.
yeah,
trailer.
but it's one of those things where like, kind of like Machete kills. It's better if you don't know what it would be. Like, I can imagine seeing that on a big screen and not knowing what that movie is.
So
until-
what you're saying is we shouldn't go watch it.
Try to forget that we just told you we're about to go watch the Godzilla trailer.
yeah.
in a few minutes.
But yeah,
just
it's-
pretend like it's just it's just a new movie coming out. Let's see if you guys are into it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's one of those like in the theater if that comes on. Holy
Yeah.
God, I can't imagine the reaction if you don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, looking forward to that already.
Thank God for movie trailers on the internet.
Yeah,
We don't have to go to the theater to see them.
Nah.
that one would play well on a big ass screen.
Yeah.
Like I already want to see that movie on a gigantic screen right now.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
All right, rapid fire us some contact information.
All right. Send us emails to bmf@bmfcast.com. Check the website, www.bmfcast.com, for all of the contact information on the right-hand side. Click the buttons. It will bring you to us. And give us a call on the Garfield phone, the BMFcast hotline 910-5JOCKS-BMF, 910-556-9263. Wake up Garfield. He's bored and lonely on these cold winter nights.
Okay. Well, let's get out of here, shall we?
All right.
all right,
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
And I'm Chuck.
And this is BMFcast Out.
See you next week, bitches.
Do, 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 do.
Do, 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 do.
Oh,
Do, 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 do.
No, let's go watch it on TV.
You want to watch on something? Nick?
Yeah.
But I gotta go.
Okay, we're shutting it down by.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Good night, everybody.
Oh shit! I didn't change the second half graphic. I made one too. Oh,
We're still Santa buddies. It's not technically wrong.
sorry. I made a lower third for the second half, and I forgot to use it.
Thanks for staying classy. See this thing.